Hi, everybody.
What the fuck is that?
We weren't even talking about murder this time either, which is really solid. Really just incredible. Hi, friends. We're back again. Yeah, we're gonna play some more D&D as we do all the time.
All the time. Unlike the other times.
We don't do anything else. So.
All we do is play D&D.
Yeah, if you were expecting something else, I'm sorry.
I don't know what you were expecting.
Yeah. We're experimenting with a couple new tech things tonight, so if anything looks or sounds weird or is laggy or something, let me know. It should be better theoretically, but you know, we tested it beforehand, but just in case, let me know if anything's weird on your end.
We'll test things and then go live and it doesn't work for some reason.
Yeah, you never know. But
it looks pretty crisp.
Yeah, no, it should. It should look crisp. Crisper, perhaps. Who knows? But yeah, we're going to go around the table, introduce ourselves and our characters now that we're through an episode, and not leave the room this time, and then DJ will do a recap, and we'll pop back into the fun. So, in this one, I'm Don, and I play Flint Iron Fist.
I'm Sarah, and I'm playing Chessa.
I'm John, and I play Olaf.
I'm Glenn, and I play Crom.
I'm Chelsea, I play Minerva.
I'm Mike, I play Stalk.
And I'm DJ, I play Dungeon Master.
Stop playing.
Okay, roll for initiative. Where...
19.
19? That's actually pretty good.
Thank you.
I'm just curious.
Not
11. All right, you're going first. You win, Don.
You're now the dungeon master.
Congratulations. Good luck. So where we picked up last week at the very beginning of the campaign, all 6 of you individually or connected were arrested and tried for crimes. Those crimes ranged from thievery to arson, and only those 2.
Yes, I was going to say, that's not very wide range.
wide variety. Thievery, arson, thievery.
Stick to what you know.
Yeah,
Oddly
right.
enough, the only 2 things illegal in Fabroxy were thievery and arson.
Thank God.
Murder's totally fine.
Yeah,
Don't you dare light a fire,
murder,
don't you dare take a thing.
Murder.
Grand larceny, totally. Well, I guess that would fall under thievery, but... So, you were all arrested, brought to the city of Wogern. It's the southernmost city in the country of Fabroxy. You were brought there for your sentencing. So you were led with bound hands and feet, one by one, to a boat, and then not so gently placed into the boat, along with all of your items. The arbiter, calling out your names one by one as you were entered into the boat, and then he cut the rope and let your boat start floating along the river. Not before long, before long, you found, or you were following the river and saw a waterfall ahead of you. With no way to steer or otherwise control your boat began to fall from the waterfall. During the fall, your shackles and manacles both disconnected and allowed you free movement of your 4 limbs. I don't know why I'm saying that so analytically. Whatever. Your robot arms.
Big doodly arms, just going all over.
Wacky waving your foot. So, you fell to the lake, and you all began to collect yourselves, collect your items, and you saw a boat approaching you across the surface of the lake. The man piloting the boat introduced himself as Perry, and asked if you guys would like to be ferried to shore, to which everyone agreed and quickly hopped into the boat.
We should have killed him.
I'm glad you didn't.
Oh, he's next on the list, Doc.
Coming for you, Perry.
Yeah.
Dude.
You and your little fairy.
Yeah, right?
Give me the boat.
Give me the boat. Everyone agreed to hop on the boat and climbed up the sides, taking their place. As Perry was ferrying you across, you were put to sleep, or fell asleep rather. Now you were put to sleep. And when you awoke, you found yourselves prisoner once again, inside of a room, or inside of a cave rather. At the center of the cave sat a multicolored
Drake.
Worn and seemingly old Drake, just seated right in the middle. You all took time to break out of your cells and distract the Drake one by one to call attention away from yourselves. And, quickly made your way out. Olaf lifted the drake and pushed it through the holes he had meant into his cell, placing the drake in what was Olaf's cell. You then went outside and found yourselves in a mountainous, forested area with a river just beyond the tree line. After some brief introductions and small talk outside of the cave, you decided to follow some tracks and head towards the river, where you found yet again another boat. I'm so sorry.
Sarah hates boats now.
So sorry, Sarah. Finding that boat, you cast off from shore. Olaf used his axe as an oar and paddled everyone downriver. Soon you saw a clearing ahead of you on either side of the river, and Olaf was able to hear voices carrying on the wind. Called Flint's attention. I almost called you Soot. Called Flint's
on this one.
called Flint's attention to it, and Flint was able to translate it. Said the goblins were planning some sort of attack from either side of the river, and to prepare and protect every member of the party, Olaf rolled the boat over and used it as cover as they were going by. The boat did take the brunt of the goblins' shots before splintering and breaking apart as old worn boats do. Following that, you all picked a side of the river and exited and began killing off these goblins. It was a long and intense battle, but soon the goblins were dead, and you took a brief rest on the banks of this river. You began making the rest of your journey on foot. You soon came across Lake Geel, and you could see the form of Nenaxi perched atop the city, out a little bit ahead of you. You saw also a shack offering boat rentals that was manned by an orc man, who, after bending down to pick up a coin that had fallen to the ground, Olaf swung his axe down in an effort to chop off the orc's head. The orc lived, and rather than returning another blow, looked up and said, "Hey, why'd you do that?" Which still kills me. I don't know why he did that.
Hey. Wait a minute.
That was nice.
Pretty rude.
And then the orc was quickly killed and then buried underground at the bottom of the lake.
Sure was.
Prime crime time.
Yep, indeed. You then left out a bucket that said 1 copper, placed the copper inside, climbed in a boat, and began to make your way to Nenaxi. As you approached, you were called out to by a guard in one of the guard towers. Said, "Go to the center, we'll hoist you up. Mind the algae." Crom decided to collect some algae. Stalk also collected some algae. And you were raised up to the surface of Nenaxi. At the surface, you were approached by a dwarven man, thin black goatee, who introduced himself as Zifli Wumov, the leader of Nenaxi. Crom requested a tour of the city, and Zifli happily obliged. And as he was beginning to walk you all along, and he showed you the docks first and pointed out everything that was happening, you saw the people loading ships and such from a system of pulleys and ropes, where they basically lower the goods down onto ships at this lake level and have them just cast away with all of their things on the ship. So that's where we're picking up this week, is with this man giving y'all a tour.
What did you say the name of the lake was?
Lake Geel. It's Giihl.
Not how I spelled it.
Can you spell that again?
Giihl.
Giih.
The joys of randomizing names.
Where are the orcs?
Just gonna hold my whetstone nice and close.
Sharpen your axe as you're walking through the city.
I mean, yeah.
So he begins to walk you along, and he goes, "Now, I will show you the east first." I can't remember what voice I did, so we're going with this one.
That's fine.
It's right this
Probably, I
way.
think.
Follow me. Do you all have any questions as we're walking along? The docks are... What you see is what you get. This is what they're like.
What do I see?
You see lots of people, mostly larger beings, some really stocky and big humans, some Goliaths, so I'm not going to make that mistake again. All pulling and pulling ropes, pushing like what looks like pallets, what we would define as pallets, pushing them out into the center and lowering them down. just loading boxes onto ships. And you see as the boxes are being brought up, they're already on the platforms that they use to lower them down. So they basically have 4 lines that go from either corner up to like an O-ring. You just hook it on, lift it, someone on the other side pulls it. It's better than trying to... They pull it out with a guide wire and they drop it onto ships. And you're just watching that happen very quickly.
Zifley, you said nobody leaves Orvigo, correct?
Right, yeah.
Where are these boats going?
Oh, to the rest of Orvigo.
What are you shipping?
Everything, you know?
What do you mean by everything?
You know, swords, armor, people.
People.
Well, yes, the river is the best mode of transport through Orvigo.
Ah. The people aren't in the boxes.
Oh, no. Not that I know.
We hope.
You said swords and armor. Are you preparing for battle?
Oh, no. But monsters are everywhere. You never know when one's gonna pop out at you. Like that.
Very appropriate, thank you.
I lean over and give him the thumbs up.
Singing.
Weird.
So, sorry, changing his voice again because I forgot.
So,
Just follow me along and I'll show you where we're going. what
That
we're
sounds
looking at.
great.
Shit. Just realized I have a copy of the map that has like locations marked on it.
Mm-hmm.
Never uploaded it to Google Drive. But it's fine. I can move them.
Do you want these? Do you want copies? Do you remember where they are?
Nope. But it's fine. I'll just change it as we go.
Mm-hmm.
You could log onto
I
Incarnate.
thought you could lie.
So here's the problem though, is I didn't save the map to Incarnate. I just exported it.
Oh.
Yeah, because I'm the worst.
Yeah, I don't know why you did
Yeah,
that.
why wouldn't you save the
Why
map?
in the world?
I have a map of like proper Nenaxi, like of the full thing. These like smaller maps.
So what did you label them with?
The text editor in Incarnate.
Why didn't you save it, DJ?
Because it just...
Why wouldn't you save it?
Because I'm the worst. I can't...
Who hurt you?
That's a long... I thought we were...
Save things!
I save every 30 seconds in everything I do.
I make like 4 changes and I save.
I'm guilty of not saving.
Oh my god,
No,
I've
on
been
Incarnate
burnt
I
by
save every time I put one fucking
Yeah,
trail.
I've been burnt by too many school papers, dude.
You gotta look... I
I've
like
lost
living
hours
on
of
the
working
edge.
Photoshop before because my computer crashed.
I like living on the edge.
Mm-hmm.
Sponsored by Incarnate, don't eat DJ. Yeah. Don't be like DJ. True.
Say don't eat DJ.
Don't eat DJ.
Also that.
he is
Also-
not edible.
Nesgrim, though.
Good pulse. So, he's walking you along, and you enter, because y'all have maps. If you look at Nenaxi East, which is the one where the houses are smaller and much closer together,
Yep.
hold it to where the letters make sense. You're going to enter from the top left spot.
Where that little entryway is.
Yeah, you'll see there's 2 little entryways on the left side. You're going to enter from there. He goes, alright, well, down here a little bit, and he turns toward the south and begins walking along. And points to a pretty large building, laid with, it's a wooden building, not painted, just raw wood. Out front, near the front door, you can see a ship's wheel hanging, and it is very rusty. And you can see the rust actually built up, and it looks very rough on the wheel itself. He goes, this is the Rusty Keel. This is our inn on the east side that you all are welcome to stay at.
Which one is this on the map? Or does it not matter?
It is the...
Wooden one in the center?
Yep, wooden one in the center. Thank you, Don. I was trying to think of an orientation for that.
So the rusty keel?
Yes. Yep. That is a good place to stay if you need a place to sleep tonight. I imagine you do. Yes, they'll be sure to take care of you there.
I keep hearing Nixon. It's so fucking... It's so close.
And he walks a couple more doors down. We're gonna say like 3 more doors down. He goes, and this here is. Sorry, hang on. I gotta flip screens. Sure. He goes, this is Nenaxi Knickknacks.
It's the wooden one 3 down from that.
Sarah's
Yeah.
just dying.
Yep.
They're not calling it knickknacks.
I thought about that, but that I didn't like
All
it.
right.
I spelled knickknacks. I was like, is there K?
It's yes.
You can find adventuring gear and other miscellaneous things here. So if you need swords, rope, chalk, anything you could look for, probably gonna find here.
So is it more of a general store?
Sort of. And then all the way to the south of this road, if you'll follow me. He walks you along, and at the very southern part of this road, you can see there's two shipyards on either side of the street. This is more to be representative, not, actual image of what's going on. But you see 2 shipyards on either side of the street. The one on the left says Fleet of 1. And the one on the right says 2 is better than 1. And Zifley goes, and these are two shipyards. They compete against one another, as I'm sure you could tell by the names.
Well, Blue Box RPG coming in with a 32 viewer raid. Thank you so
Thank
much,
you
my
very
friends.
much. Hello.
Welcome back, everybody. Blue Box, thank you so much, guys. If you're looking for more D&D content when we are not live, go check out Blue Box. Please give them a follow. They are wonderful people. Thank you so much.
So he points to he says, as I'm sure you can tell by the name, they are always competing. The owner of the left is Jamie Clifford. He's a good man to speak to if you need a ship. And the man on the right, his name is Taylor Knight. And his ships are good, but he's been trying to run Jamie out of business for a while, and that battle's really heating up.
Is that night, like, nighttime? Or
Like,
I-N-I?
yeah, like a night. So he turns to the next street, and he walks 3 doors up, so big tall wooden building on the second row. He goes, this is our resident leather worker.
Don't do it.
God.
Don't do it, DJ.
Oh, I hate this
Hold on,
already.
which building is this?
The wooden building 3 up from the bottom on the second row.
So directly next to the other one?
Yep. Here's this shop is owned by Curtis Bushy. And the name of the shop is Fine Leather we're having.
My hands just start to flicker flame.
You'll find that many of our shop owners here in Nenaxi are quite fond of wordplay and puns.
I hate this town.
And as he's walking you along the street, you see
What was Bushy's first name?
Curtis.
DJ?
Curtis.
Curtis Bushy?
Can you spell bushy?
Exactly how it sounds.
Alright.
Yeah.
So as he's walking,
Burn the whole fucking village down, DJ.
That's why he made it out of stone.
Yep. It's fine.
I'm a dwarf. I'll figure it out.
Yeah.
he walks you along this street,
Damn it.
and soon you hear metal on metal, like a hammer hitting. He goes, we're approaching our blacksmith. This shop here is called Steel Select.
Which one is this? I'm sorry.
We're gonna say it's the. You see that line of 3 blue buildings?
Yeah.
It's the third one.
Third one down?
Third one up. At some point, I'll just go through and write them in. Or I'll just steal one of yours and do it that way. Because this fine shop is owned by the one and only Anvil.
God damn it.
I didn't see it coming. I didn't see it coming in the name.
I'm sorry, what did you say the name was?
Anvil.
Can you spell "and" for me?
A-N-N-E.
Steel Select. And can you spell "Bill"?
V-I-L-L-E.
I was right. Okay, great.
That's Anne Vile!
She's gonna be first to go.
Yeah.
Gotta go.
It's Corella and Vile. Gotta kill her.
He walks you along, we'll say to the, a couple more doors down, say 3 more doors down.
Oh god.
To the blue building set between all the wooden ones. And he goes, and this here is our bowyer / woodworker. The shop is called Bones and Bows.
And what do they do there? I'm sorry.
Oh, he's a woodworker / bow maker. Bowyer.
Bow maker?
Yes, he makes bows.
I thought you said bone maker. I'm like,
so did
this
I.
one.
Well, his weapons, I suppose, make bones, but
Make
Okay.
some?
except
They didn't exist before.
How do the bows make bones?
It's magic, Grimdar. Magic.
Whoa.
Oh my god.
he says, and that is owned by the nice Flex Bowman. I'm so sorry, except that I'm not at all.
Is it
The
2
rage
A's?
inside Minerva.
In Bowman?
Yes. Okay, great. And he sells bows and
Bones.
woodwork and
Or, I'm sorry, not bows. It's called.
bones and bows.
Yeah.
But he doesn't sell bows.
Bones.
No,
he
he
just
doesn't.
sells bows.
And wood.
And
Does he
just
sell
general-
And wood.
Yeah, he's a woodworker.
My notes are just getting angrier and angrier.
We're gonna meet these townsfolk, and I'm just gonna be ready to
I'm
fight.
gonna start gripping my pen with 2 hands, carving into the notebook.
In boo.
So he leads you to the last
Simply I don't think
building
I'll
on
see
this
town
street.
anymore.
Please be the last building on the street.
And he says, this here's Nether Nenaxi. And this is our arcanist / gemstone / potion maker. You'll find all your magical stuff here. It's owned by Jawara.
Oh.
Chawara?
What?
Jawahra.
Jawhara.
Yep.
It's very
Chawara.
close to Nivara,
Admittedly, it is.
the local gem card.
Did not realize that.
What a fucking name.
Yeah, right. DJ just fell in love with Nivara and had to put her in over here.
Yeah, thank you, Luna. Hey guys, here's the chef. Her name is Kitchenette Chefberg. God.
She's still standing mixers.
You know, if you had a hired chef, you could call her kitchen maid.
Good.
So he goes, all right, and you've already seen the rusty keel. Let us.
Yes, we have.
Can we go in there and never come on?
Yeah. Can we retire?
Oh, we're almost done with our
Guys,
tour.
this is hell. Oh my god!
I'm gonna regret this. Do we know the name of the person that runs the Rusty Keel? Did you
Oh.
give it to us?
Oh yes, his name is Lufid Najef.
Okay.
Could you spell that? Yeah, what? Do you got a trading card?
These are super funny.
What are these words?
Lufid
Uh-huh.
Najef. Lufid Najef.
I'm gonna call him Jeff.
Lufa Jeff. Got it.
Yeah, dude, I should call him Lufa.
That's fine.
Scrub your back for you there, sir.
You got some dirt on your rusty key.
Oh my
I
god.
really want like a
One
pirate.
room and a back rub.
I just want a pirate that just tubs people. That's what I want. You
Yes,
can
I
put
want
that in
scrubber
the-
too.
Here's now, if you'll follow me, and he leads you.
I'm so tired of following.
As the DM, I can tell you the puns are over.
I doubt it. I highly doubt it.
You're DMing this campaign. There's
There's
never
no
a
way.
Alright. Where are we going?
He'll lead you along to the southern exit. You know where the other entrance. He crosses the bridge that's here, and as he gets to the other side, you see standing in front of him are two not very large, but large guards wearing blue plate armor They look, beefy, mean.
Mm-hmm.
And on their chest, you can see emblazoned a red Z. And he walks up to them and places an arm on either side of them. He goes, and these men are part of my guards, called the Keepers of the Wave. They prevent the rabble from entering into the West District.
From the wave?
Keepers of the Wave, yes. Yep.
And what exactly does the Z symbolize?
Keepers. With a Z.
I'd wager a guess.
I don't know.
His name, Zifley, right?
Yes, that is indeed.
Okay.
I wanted it to be keepers with a Z.
That would have been cooler.
It's a money sign.
Wave.
What
The
is
Z
on
is
Z?
silent.
They have a red Z emblazoned on their chest. He was, they, like I said, protect the rabble from entering into the West District. And this is where I'll leave you, as I have some business to attend to on this side of Nenaxi. I hope you find everything here to your liking. If you need me, please find one of these guards, and I will come find you as soon as I can.
So you're not going to show us to the western side of town?
Oh, no.
Why not?
We're the rebel.
What he said.
As your friend says, you are not welcome here quite yet. Perhaps after we've seen your face more, you have to understand the people on this side of Nenaxi are generally the financiers of all the shops on that side of Nenaxi.
Well, that's no problem, and I just hold up all my rings.
Second time you took it.
I know. I'm doing it again. Flash these in his face.
That is a fair amount of gold, sir.
It
I
is.
would be careful flashing that around.
You see, it's no problem.
That is quite a bodyguard.
It is.
Strong.
Does he look it?
I'm just gonna tap my fucking tusks.
He does look very strong. We could use a man like him on the docks.
I'm gonna point to the west side.
I don't know what that means.
I'm gonna point at me
He's singing.
and then point to that way. Sea shanties.
Well, if you would like to gain entry to the west side, you're certainly welcome to work for the wealth to do so.
I'm just gonna start to try to walk.
The two guards kind of step into the middle of the pathway and hold a hand up.
I'm gonna wave at them.
They just kind of stare at you.
What do they look like? I mean, you said they have blue plate armor.
Yep, blue plate armor. We're gonna
Like
see.
human people? Like,
One's gonna be a dwarf, long red beard,
he's very short compared to me.
yeah, really bushy eyebrows.
I want to walk up to John's character, or I'm sorry, Olaf, place my hand on his shoulder and go, I'm very tired. Can we not get into another fight?
We'll come back, Olaf. I just let him just do it.
He goes, well, thank you, friends. I look forward to seeing you more around Nenaxi, but I must go now. I have business. He turns and begins to walk away, and you're left standing closer to the left side of the bridge. Two guards standing in front of you.
As he walks away, I want to whisper to Olaf and be like, we'll get out of here.
And I put my hand up to shake one of the guards' hands.
You just kind of look at your hand and go, yes? And they very hesitantly reach their hand forward and shake your hand.
We'll pull my hand back
And
and give it to
after
the other guy.
far too long of a handshake.
Uh-huh. How strong do they feel?
Pretty strong.
Yeah? Yeah. So, I want to squeeze and try to gauge the strength of the grip in comparison to my strength.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, DJ. I want to make everything into a puzzle.
He's able to, you as you shake his hand, you can feel it is very calloused.
Okay.
You can feel especially toward like the pads of the knuckles.
pads in the knuckles.
You know what I mean?
Paul?
Right here at this spot.
Yeah.
On your hand beans.
I just wanted to shake someone's hand.
You got hand beans.
I got hand beans.
Her hands are just full of beans.
Damn it.
That was my lunch.
Do you
I
feel
thought
like
you said can.
Hang up for a can shake.
you feel they're very calloused around that part of the hand, and as he squeezes your hand, you're obviously able to like out squeeze his hand. But
Okay.
he applies a fair amount of pressure.
Okay. So I can tell that he's definitely a pretty strong guy, but not as strong as I am.
Right. Yep.
Okay. Yeah. Just want to do
Also,
the same
hey,
thing.
420.
Just want to do the same thing to the second guy.
Okay.
Make sure. See if there's any real like discrepancy, and I know they're both wearing plate mail, so like I would interpret them both as being martially classes at the very least, but see whether or not there's any difference in the levels of their strength as I shake their hands and squeeze.
As you shake the man on the other side, you shake his hand. He is a larger human man. He's coming in at like 7 feet tall. Pretty stocky build. He's a big dude. He's like Terry Crews of Nenaxi guards. And he squeezes your hand, and you apply more pressure than him, but he as well is able to really
so
squeeze into you.
human guard stronger than dwarf guard.
While we're just standing on this bridge, I'm gonna walk over to Chessa.
Mm-hmm.
So you know how to draw, right?
Kind of. I can get the point across.
Could you scribble me a picture of those two?
I can certainly try. I tend to draw more diagrams and
Just a scribble and a description would be nice.
I'll do that.
And then I'm gonna, as she's doing that, I'm just gonna kind of eye them up and pretty much see how they're standing, see how they look.
And one guy looks at you and goes, "What are you staring at?"
You've got lovely eyes.
Oh, thank you.
Not a problem.
I don't know why you would say that, but thank you.
Just opens up.
Nobody's talked about my eyes in years.
Compliments are free, my friend.
I suppose so.
So, as I'm looking at him, I'm just kind of looking at his posture
Mm-hmm.
and how he's standing there, and then I kind of look at the other guy too, and then you have a good one.
Thank you. You too.
Sort of just walk back and kind of look over the bridge.
Okay. You look over the side of the holes that lead down to the lake below. You look down over and you see the inside, like I said before, is covered in algae right toward the top. That nice light blue algae. You can see there's ships coming and going. I mean, this isn't close to the water below. It's easily like 50 to 70 feet above the surface of the water. So bigger boats are able to get in. They're able to be loaded up more and sent downriver.
What time of day is it?
Right now it's nighttime.
It's nighttime?
Yeah. You had your tour with Zifley, which would have taken probably like an hour. It was like 7 when you entered Nenaxi, so yeah, it's about nighttime.
So he has the 2 guards that are here. Is there anyone else around? Like, I get that there's dock workers and there are other people like making their rounds and doing their business. But does anyone else look like they are armed enough that could be interpreted as performing some kind of guardian tasks, i.e. bodyguards or legitimate town guards?
Right. You are able to see, before you would have turned around away from the West District and made your way back to the east, you would have seen more of Zifley's guards walking around on that side of the district.
Okay.
As you turn around to head back to the east, make a perception check.
5.
5. As you
Just confused by the hand beams.
yeah, right.
Trying to find my own now.
As you turn around, you catch a glimpse of a flash of metal and a black cloak dipping behind a building into an alleyway.
On the side that I would be turning back towards, so going back to the areas in which we have explored.
The East District, right?
Okay. So, yeah, I mean, guess I'll kind of softly kick down at Flint. Suspicious, man.
You're pointing at the...
Yeah, in the area in which I saw this flash of metal and the black cloak.
Yeah, I'll turn towards it and attempt to see what I can see in his direction.
I would say the thing's probably gone by the time I communicate, but, like, I just don't know. Like, I know a roundabout where it is. I'm just trying to get him informed so this way we can make the decision on whether or not we're investigating.
Right. So it would be between the two buildings that are directly across from the southern entrance.
Sure. So, I point out suspicious man.
Okay.
And where would y'all like to go? What would you like to do?
I'm getting pretty tired. I would probably like to rest a little bit between, the falling off a cliff and being abducted multiple times. I would very much like to sleep.
I agree with that.
What is it you saw, Olaf?
Is there anyone around us? Like, in our immediate, 20-foot,
No.
earshot?
No.
Oh, suspicious man in mail.
Ducking
Obscured.
between the buildings?
Obscured.
Suspicious how?
Oh, seedy black cloak running through alleys.
I mean, we are in the worst part of Nenaxi.
Yes. Yes.
Did he look like this?
Couldn't tell.
Might have taken something, had something valuable. If he's hiding,
We could take it.
could take it.
6. Big number.
Could follow up. What do you all say? You want to check out this man quickly as I start,
What?
moving
Check
my
out-
way?
Check him out,
See what he's got in his pockets.
Yeah.
Why would we do that?
We're thieves. I back away. and
Do the fucking
Yeah.
rings again. We're thieves, of course.
I start walking towards,
Rings.
across the bridge, towards this building where we saw him.
May.
Saw the man dip between the alleys?
Yeah.
Still one.
Okay.
I'll follow.
Yes.
As you enter close to the alley, you can see there's clearly fuck it, he's still gonna be there. As you approach, a man kind of stands up, dressed in all black, stands up from behind a barrel. He goes, "Hey, hoping y'all wouldn't have seen me, but here you are, so."
I
do you
walk
want?
up. Flint Iron Fist.
Hi, Flint. What can I do for you?
It's common practice to introduce each other when one gives one's name out.
My name's not important.
I kind of stand up behind him and go, give the man your name.
See, I came to give you information, but not that information. Y'all should be careful around Zifley. He's a good man. He's led Nenaxi. I'm just gonna respond as if he knew exactly what he said.
Evidently, it's a language that
He's
people
not even
speak.
phased.
Yes, Ra.
One of these.
He says he's a good man. He's led Nenaxi well. But something off about him. I can't place my finger on it, but
A good man, but not trustworthy.
well,
I don't understand.
there's many men that are good but not trustworthy.
You don't say.
I'm neither good nor trustworthy.
And why would we trust you with
You're introducing a
information?
third factor of not trustworthy.
Believe it or not, I trust someone who calls themselves untrustworthy more than someone who says otherwise.
Exactly. I have no reason to lie to you.
No, not at face value, but there could be drastically more to this situation than these shallow waters we're treading in.
What do we call
Thank
you
you.
if we don't have a name?
Call me,
Clokey.
There's always
Cloak.
one.
In
Call
the
me
cloak.
Greg.
Greg?
Greg?
Greg, yes.
You could have chosen any name for yourself at this
Ziffly.
moment.
There's lots of people named Greg in the next.
I'm gonna call you the Cloak Bloke.
That's that's
Yeah, that sounds good.
fine, I suppose.
Cloak
And you
boy?
see him making an actual mental note, trying to remember it.
Cloak looks kind of
That's fine, I suppose. But yes, Be careful of Zifley. There's something off about him. I can't quite place it.
So he stood up from behind a barrel.
Uh-huh.
Presumably his back was against the wall. Because I don't really know many barrels that get placed in the middle of an alleyway.
There's stuff kind of like jumbled along the sides of the alleyway. You know, there's crates, broken boxes, the like.
So is his back against the building?
His back is toward the city on the other side.
Okay. So he stood up, turned, and is now facing us as we're in the alley as well with him.
Right.
Cool. And then back behind him, how far out is it until the street opens up once more into the town?
15 feet. 20 feet.
I'm just gonna quickly look over my shoulders. Is there anyone in the alley behind us? Did anyone follow us into the alley?
Nope.
What are you concerned about with Zifley? Why do you feel this way?
Also, if you didn't want us to see you, but you have information for us, why did you hide? That doesn't make sense.
Well, I'm a thief. I like to not be seen until I want to be seen. You see.
You ran away, but you want to be seen.
I was waiting for the right moment, yes.
Right?
I think he was trying to hide from Zifley and his men.
No, I
Sure. back.
wanted it to be a surprise when I revealed myself to you.
Like a party?
Like a party?
It was awfully theatrical of you.
Right?
I do have a touch for the theatrics, I suppose.
Cast
It's under his
prestidigitation
cloak.
and just make a little spark next to him.
Ah, like that, yes. Yes, but where's Zifley? The man is... something's off.
Oh yes, you've said that several times, but I still haven't been able to establish what you do outside of theft.
What else is there to do?
You operate exclusively on theft.
Yeah,
Why would you warn us about this man?
I'm a thief, not a murderer.
Zifley's a murderer?
I didn't say he was a murderer.
You didn't say he wasn't a murderer.
It's fair. Listen, all I'm saying is you don't get to a position of power like that without doing some shit.
I'm gonna keep an eye on my pockets and stuff while we're talking to this,
It's a good
this
idea.
person.
Can we see his face at all? Any details? Or is it too dark?
It's nighttime. You're in an alley. You're able to make out, like, I'll say his nose. You can see his nose is very crooked.
Okay, I'm gonna cast dancing lights and put the blobs near his face.
He goes, ow, ow.
Up above, so it's illuminating
In
him.
his eyes.
Not this. I'm gonna put one over each eye.
I mean, you place where you want. I'll follow up.
Yeah, I'm putting them
Like a
like
crown.
up.
Like a crown?
Yeah, I'm just so we can see his face.
Sure. What's he look like?
Blonde man, no eyebrows. You see no facial hair either.
Mm-hmm.
He's wearing a black cloak. You can see some of his blonde hair like poking out from the front of his black cloak.
Younger man, older man?
He's mid-30s, somewhere in there.
Color are his eyes?
A deep blue.
Human.
Yes. Yep. Striking blue eyes. I mean, piercing.
Very good.
Yes.
Forgive me though, as you could say a band of thieves ourselves, find it quite absurd to be performing all the duties alone.
Doing all the thefts alone.
Well, yes, you have no watch, you have no muscle. It is entirely you.
Yes. It's easier to get in and out when it's one man.
Sure, but that means you're also an information broker if you're going to be able to know what you're stealing.
I do.
Solo doesn't work well in our experience.
No.
I
It
do.
pays to have someone watch your back while you're inside of the building.
True. Only if you're going to be in there for a while. If you know what you're going in for, you get in and get out.
I mean, even if you're going in for a quick theft, it's always better to have somebody occupying at least the avenue of escape.
True.
What if there's a guard outside?
See?
I have money.
You have money,
Oh, yeah.
so you're dipping into what you would be making in your profit lines to pay off that guard.
Yeah, but not much. We have a deal.
You have a deal, so you do have someone that you work with.
I wouldn't say I work with them. They more cover my tracks.
So are you in the habit of paying different guards each time you're caught?
It's usually the same guard.
So then, you do have someone that you work with.
Not really a thief, then.
Yes.
Oh, I suppose not.
Shatter this man's existence.
Seems like he's telling you things to steal and you pay him for nothing.
Oh, no, he doesn't tell me what to steal. I choose what to steal.
Sure. What recourse, though, do you have to trust this man with your, you could say, laundry list of crimes?
He doesn't know all of them.
The seeds of doubt so very deep.
It's
Indeed.
true. It's very profound, sir.
Thank you.
You sure you belong on this side of Nenaxi?
Beginning to ask myself the same question.
Do I look like I belong on this side of Nenaxi?
Holding up my rings again.
Not quite, sir, no. See, people who have wealth don't really flash they have wealth. That's how you pick your marks.
Well, I have him.
Yes, that's actually one of the things that we enjoy. Baiting someone in to take things from Flint.
Oh, and then,
Yes. You could say the crimes come to us.
oh, so you're vigilantes. I've said too much.
Sure, vigilantes. Let's go with that.
I've said too much.
Take calculated risks.
Indeed.
I wouldn't rob a guard, but I'll rob a boatman.
Have you robbed many boatmen?
Well, one.
One.
What was his name?
Don't know, don't care.
As they're talking, I want to kind of just like walk around the perimeter of them, like kind of just try and get behind him.
Okay.
Sneak cat friend.
Up the walls.
Yeah, I've been thinking about
Like
it.
a bucket spider. Oh,
Make a stealth check. Same thing. He's gonna look and see if he can notice you doing that.
He does have dancing lights in his eyes, like an interrogation flashlight.
True.
Yeah, this guy should have alarm bells going off everywhere.
Yeah, right?
Give disadvantage.
Oh shit.
Heavy
You're
armor.
fine.
11?
Believe in the dice.
Let me see. I gotta find a bandit stat block. I lied. That's a 12. What'd you roll again?
11.
So he turns and goes, "Hey, where do you think you're going?"
Oh, if he turns, I'm climbing up the wall.
Okay.
I mean, you seem to be having a conversation yourselves. I'm growing quite bored of this, so I'm leaving.
Oh, I'm sorry to have wasted your time. Be on my way then.
Well, not all of us are thieves. Some of us are invested in different operations. Flint and I man the theft.
I continue walking,
Technically got
like,
clocked for theft.
get probably like 10 feet past him, and then start to slow down.
Okay.
So you steal things and information then?
Yes.
What information do you have that would be valuable aside from don't trust Zifley?
Well,
Have
that's
any proof? We're new to the city. Why did you pick us?
because you're new to the city.
You tell everyone that comes in to be aware for the...
There's not that many new people that come to Nenaxi.
Where did they go?
Oh, many of the other cities or towns around. You only come to Nenaxi if you've given up on other avenues of life and you're willing to put your head down, work, do not much else.
You don't do that.
Oh no, I steal.
Yes. We
come,
wouldn't do that either.
I come to steal from the people that put in an honest day's work.
In hearing that, I want to turn around and again slowly start to make my way back.
Okay.
It's a shit way to steal.
It is.
We generally pick targets that deserve it.
That deserve to be stolen from. You could say that. A lot of the financiers of Nenaxi have dirty business.
Doesn't sound like an honest day's work then.
Not for them, no, but for their workers, they show up and work.
So
you steal from the workers?
I mostly steal from the East District, West District. Getting my own fucking maps confused.
So you know a way in to the west.
Oh yeah. It's not fun. You have to be pretty nimble, but there's a way.
I just kind of look up at my cat friend and then just look back at him.
Nimble's not the strong suit of all of us.
I can see that. He kind of looks at Olaf and kind of nods.
Mm-hmm.
No, he's nimble.
I am. I just doubt the one in the sweater.
What?
I doubt the one in the sweater.
What?
I'm like writing
She's in
down.
a sweater.
Oh.
I'm writing down. I write the one that's what.
Furiously
wait a second.
scribbling.
He says, well, I've already said enough, I think.
I mean, yes, you informed us that you're a thief.
Yes.
I mean, I'm curious as to why you'd be so upfront about your occupation. You could have just approached us and told us not to trust Sifley.
I did?
Yes, but you didn't need to tell us that you were a thief.
You also did not approach us. We approached you.
This seems like a trap, Olaf.
I mean, it more seems that this man wants us for business and is unwilling to now ask us for business. I don't know why.
Business? Oh,
Yes.
no, I don't require anything of you. Just
No?
fear for your well-being.
Oh, so just a silent benefactor that wanders around and tells people don't trust that man.
Sort of, yes.
How close am I to him at this point?
10 feet away-ish. Or you said you walked 10 feet.
feet
You're
away.
like 5 feet away from him.
I want to try and grab him and just kind of hold his arms in place by his side.
Make strength check.
We're going to criminal town.
We're already in criminal town.
We've definitely already gotten to criminal
just
town.
I like
Mhm.
it.
That's it.
Oof.
6.
Five.
Great. So I grab him by the arms and I just lift him just about a foot off the ground.
Mm-hmm. Hey, put me down. What the hell? What do you mean, shh?
You'll bring the guards.
I'm trying to be helpful. Why is this happening?
I kind of lean off to the side of him and go, were you guys looking to steal something? And
The whole
hold him up.
man? It's been a while since we took a whole man.
We just took a whole man like hours ago.
Yes, it's been a while at the rate that we usually work.
I mean, and I look at his body and I go, he's got quite a few pockets.
I thought you were going to say he was very fit. Now that I'm squeezing.
To work out.
Well, if we're here, I'll go check his pockets.
Beautiful eyes.
Yeah, go ahead. Make a. At that point, you're just gonna reach in.
Yeah. Just gonna reach around, see what he's got. I thought you were trying to sing that song.
I was. Exactly.
Oh,
You got it.
I'm gonna check my pockets while that's happening.
Make sure we haven't
Make
robbed
sure
you.
my ring is still there. Everything I own is still,
Yeah, you're good. You,
Okay.
you still got all your stuff.
which is just like a couple books and like one ring, probably like some rope or
Find
something.
8 silver, Don.
Good enough for me.
Mm-hmm.
No papers, nothing else.
Actually, it's a good point.
Mm-hmm.
You would find a note that says
Don't trust Zipley.
Damn it! Signed.
Seriously. Seriously, don't.
Swear he's bad.
From Greg. I love you.
it'll say
Just an
G
accident out with the bottom.
G
G Willikers?
just the letter
Golly.
G.
Just a piece of paper with a letter G on it.
Like G comma.
He's the count. Oh, wait, no.
The note
Just-
will say there's 6 new arrivals. Saw them come in tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Be sure to warn them. Find me at our usual meeting spot. Signed, you. Y, or not Y, you, Jesus. Just the letter U.
Is his name actually Greg?
It is now. Oh.
As I have him in the air, I just want to say again, or not again, I haven't said it to him. It's one thing to steal from somebody who's corrupt. It's another thing to steal.
Agree.
And I just
flash
raise him a little bit higher.
Why are you doing this to me? I was being helpful.
Suspiciously helpful. It's fine if you want to be helpful. Who is this you person that seems to have warned you about our arrival?
I can't tell you that.
So you
I
do
raise
work
it
with
even
someone.
higher. You can.
I'm not on my thefts, no.
All right. So
Can you put me down, please?
Can you give us the information we're looking for?
He's gonna struggle against you. Make another strength check.
Mm-hmm.
8.
1.
Please.
He manages to wriggle himself more into your grasp.
And in doing so, I want to place my hand over his mouth.
So there's barrels in this alleyway.
There are.
I'm gonna look to see if any of these barrels are currently empty.
Don't shove him in a barrel.
What do you mean? Don't shove them in a barrel.
Push him down a hill.
He could be. It seems like he might be an ally.
He might be. He could be an ally in a barrel or out of a barrel. That's his choice.
He went from Greg to Barrel.
Yeah.
He says, oh, sorry, not he says. Yeah, there is one empty barrel nearby.
I'm gonna drag the barrel over and just stare at him as I do it.
What are you doing with the barrel?
I'm gonna walk over and take her hand and move her hand down away from his mouth.
Thank you.
Who is you?
Who is I?
Who is you?
You did this!
Said I'm Greg.
No,
The note.
In the note.
Oh!
I'm Greg!
You genuinely thought I was
He's having a fucking mental
Who is you?
Who is you?
Who goes there?
It's an interrogation tactic.
Good cop? Wasn't paying attention cop.
I am,
That would be a pretty bad cop.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I wasn't listening to anything you said.
It's good cop and really bad at his job cop.
says, I can't tell you who you is.
This is the worst.
Again, why are you unwilling? It's not that you can't, it's that you're unwilling.
Correct.
Yes, and why are you unwilling? Is there a threat to your life if you do inform someone of who you is?
I want to protect you's identity.
And why do you want to protect their identity? Are they in danger?
No, he was in danger.
Who's on first?
You is.
If people knew their name, then yes, they would be in danger. Especially if they knew... People knew that...
So he works in the city.
Or she.
Or she.
I'm fucking trying to bait him, goddammit.
Oh,
Oh my god! Why?
Yes, you does work in the city.
God damn it.
I want to shake him a little bit. Do I hear anything jingling in his pockets?
You do not.
We did take his silver. Could
Oh,
have
okay.
He's still got a sword on his
Yeah.
hip
It's a nice
too.
cloak.
Yeah.
What does you do in the city?
I thought it'd be okay.
I don't know why I named this person.
Any letter.
What name even starts with you?
It is an actual...
It's better than why.
No, I believe it. It's just like I can't imagine what it's gonna be.
Who is why?
Why is you?
Oh my god. Shake him like a maraca.
I can't tell you what you does in the city. I can't give you any more information about you.
Again, you're unwilling. Is this an indication that your life would be in jeopardy if you unveiled the information about you?
Probably.
So you do work for someone then, if that someone is able to have you killed if you share too much?
I wouldn't say I work with her. She just... I've said too much.
Greg is now up in the air right now. I lower him a little bit closer to me and go, Greg, I'm giving you one chance to give us a redeeming kind of information.
Strength check.
Or I'm throwing you.
Oh, that's better.
Don't fuck me over.
Greg, he's gonna put you in the barrel.
16.
19 on the die.
Fuck! Yeet!
So he wriggles himself free and falls to the ground. He goes, listen, we never met. Be careful.
He falls to the ground. I'm gonna fucking jump on him. I'm 8 feet tall. I'm gonna
a spider
fucking
that runs
body
real fast.
slam this piece of shit.
So he turns and begins to run away, and you just jump and grab him, tackle him to the ground. Please, let me go. I'm just trying to help.
Greg, I have one more question for you.
Yes, what?
And I kind of like lean down real
You are
close to
not
him.
nice people.
I'm sorry for the tactics of my friends.
No, you're not.
Don't apologize
I didn't
for
do
me.
anything the whole time.
All right, Greg.
I do
Shit, we got a
apologize.
sassy mouth over here.
Greg the blunt, more like Greg the
Could
bitch.
you answer me this one question about yourself?
What?
Do you steal because you have to?
Or is it more of a pastime?
It's a little of both. I mean,
Do you
I
steal for
Hands go
wealth?
spicy.
Or
I love
do you
what I
steal
do.
to eat?
Yes.
Just said he loves what he does.
I love I love stealing shit. Don't get me wrong.
Do you keep what you steal, or are you paid for it separately?
He's fucking Roberto. I love stealing.
Hearing that he's a bad person, I want to try and shoot flames at him.
Why are we gonna hurt this man? He hasn't done anything.
Trying to bring justice to this godforsaken land.
We are criminals in a town of criminals.
I mean, you don't know we're all criminals.
I'm gonna stand in front of him as soon as you see your hands
I know,
charging
I'll
up,
go
and I'm gonna
back.
stand in between you and him. You're not going to harm him.
Crom, move. I need to get rid of him.
It may seem like the right thing to do, but it isn't.
Ah!
We also might need more information later.
Olaf, get off of him.
I'm gonna pull his cloak off.
Okay.
Give him a wedgie.
Oh, headless putty back. No.
No, I'm gonna remove his cloak and I'm gonna turn him over so I can get a full view of his face and make sure that I
Remember his
and
face.
we all get a good look at this man's face.
Okay.
I'm gonna.
In
my
my
head.
Polaroid.
What a fun moment. Let's see.
Taking a mental picture.
Memories.
It's clear I'm outnumbered here. It's clear. I'll just be on my way if you'll let me go.
Oh yes, of course I'll let you go. There's nothing that I care to steal from you.
Oh, thank you.
Yes.
Can you get off me now, please?
I mean, you said please. It's good to have decency, and I'll stand up and I'll look at his cloak and I'll kind of just twist it inside out and then throw it over my shoulder. Have a good one, Greg.
Thank you.
Bye, Greg.
Remember,
Remember what?
have a good one.
You too?
Just remember, never forget.
Yes.
And you all turn and walk away, or do you stand here?
I mean,
I'm gonna stand here.
And he just kind of like slowly backs away, and then slinks out of the alley down the road.
Hopefully our paths cross another day.
Hope not.
get another cloak.
He's out of that thing.
Just gonna dust off this cloak. Here you go, Flint. I'm just gonna throw it over your head.
Thanks, Olaf. I'll wrap it up and put it in my bag. I'm sure we can use this for something.
Oh yes. Always good to have a spare cloak.
I agree.
It's also always good to have things that identify you as another person.
True.
How big is this cloak on you? Because he was human.
You look like a little baby Dracula with the fucking adult-sized cape.
He's not that much smaller than a human.
I'm only a little bit short. I'm a little bit taller than a normal dwarf.
Oh, okay.
I'm like 5'5".
Oh, okay.
But,
I was
but-
envisioning you like 4'9", like, aw.
Yeah, I'm
So
definitively.
you're 5'5".
Yeah,
I, Sarah, am 5'1".
yeah. I'm tall for a dwarf. For
Okay.
sure.
So, what would y'all like to do?
I'm tired, friends. I would like to go to bed.
Yes, bed sounds lovely.
I'd stop off for a drink first.
Yes, Flint, you procured enough to cover?
I did.
So we're all up already for our first night. We can worry about sufficient funds for the next evenings on the next day.
What are your plans?
I usually go with that.
I mean, now that you're here,
Oh,
it's
probably what we just did. Seemed to work.
threaten people in the street and take their money.
I mean, as long as it's,
Those who are deserving.
People
of
that deserve it.
yes, and in an alley outside of earshot and eyesight.
From the rooftop, would I be able to have seen where he ran before I climbed down?
That's why it's good to have a cat in the party.
Make a perception check.
He's standing on the rooftop. I am the knight.
What do your cat eyes see? Cat
17.
Yep.
17? Yeah. You watch him proceed through the alley he gets to the street, turns, goes a couple alleys up, begins making his way all the way to the easternmost part of Nenaxi.
Okay. So yeah, when I climbed down off the roof, I would tell you guys that. I saw him go further in, more east.
Further in on the side that we're on now. Alright.
To the rusty keel, then.
So, in terms of shops that we were pointed out, are any shops in particular in that direction that the dude just ran? I didn't chart my map. They charted their maps. I'm asking you guys as well as
You're
DJ,
fine.
because I don't know
We're pretty far.
to the
Like,
left
this all
side.
happened over here.
Okay.
Yeah,
And
we
he
only
wa-
know the
ran
next
east,
street, so
Okay.
yeah, it's
So, yeah,
probably
we don't
deeper
know.
in than we
Okay.
know.
That's fine. We just know he's over that way.
So we're making our way to the Rusty Keel.
Yep.
Okay. So you make your way to the Rusty Keel. Once more, you see the big ship steering wheel hanging above the front door, rusting. And as you walk in, you see it's moderately busy. There's people seated at a bunch of tables around. Probably 4 to 5 tables that are occupied, 3 to 4 that are free. On the other side of the door, or I'm sorry, not on the other side of the door. A little bit to your left after you enter through the door, you see the bar with a set of stairs leading upstairs behind the bar. As you enter in, I gotta flip back to my other thing. A dwarf man behind the bar, so I guess it's a short bar. Looks at
He
you
could
all.
be on step stool.
Looks at you all and he goes, "Hi, welcome. This is Rusty Keel. What can I get for you?"
It's the strongest thing you have on tap.
That's a great question. Mean drink or food?
On tap? You have food on tap?
Gruel.
Oh, forgive me. Yes, you're right.
Well, real strong gruel.
Chowder out of a.
God.
He goes, strongest thing we have on tap, eh? It's called Scorpion Weed Reserve. It's quite good, quite strong. It's got a kick to it. Stings a bit.
2 of those.
Okay, that'll be 20 gold.
Okay, never mind. Why would you bother serving that in this district?
Well, we're close to
What is wrong with you?
close to the West District. Some of them come over sometimes. I'd like to have something ready for them.
What do you have that's a bit more modest?
Well, we got wine and ale.
I guess I'll have a wine.
Okay.
Would you be interested in bartering for our drinks?
What do you have to offer?
I will help assist in cleanup after
That's-
we are done.
It's fine. It's what we have him for. And he points over, and there's just a human man, probably.
Nescrim?
Off the tables.
Fuck, I guess it is now. A human man looks to be in his
About 50.
about
White hair.
50, silver hair,
Huge gouge out of his
long
neck.
silver hair.
He mumbles to himself about
under
the
the weather.
final.
He looks a little sick. Yeah, he's a little pale, and he's just over there wiping a table.
Hello.
Hello. He goes, so if you'd like some wine, we have finest Desert Star wine. It is 2 silver.
I look over at Flint. Go, after our last escapade, would you mind buying my drink?
Of course. A wine for you as well.
I'll
Or
take an ale.
An ale. Cat friend.
Also 4 copper, not 4 silver.
These are some damn good drinks.
Much better. This one I'll have ale.
Ale.
I have a wine.
Olaf. Ale.
I'm gonna point at the man.
He wants you.
What?
I'm kidding. I'm gonna lean close to him.
I'm gonna walk over to the bar and put my arm up.
It's hard. I see how it is. Fine. Glass of wine on the table.
Yeah.
Strength check.
Yep. 16.
18.
Got it.
Yeah,
Damn.
this is a strong innkeeper, apparently. Wait. He was there. All them years of buffing tables. A big strong arm.
Just one arm's real strong.
Yeah, it's buffing tables.
Do you have like weights on his arms as he's like...
I'm wearing ankle weights right now.
Like Rock Lee. Take him off and play Gara. He goes, alright, yeah, you owe me a wine then, I guess. It's fair, you probably beat me up.
I was gonna smile widely.
Well, what can I get for you, sir? What would you like?
I'm gonna point at the other man. I'm gonna point at Neskrim.
You can't have Kestrim.
I'm gonna put my arm up on the bar again and gesture towards him.
I'm not willing to wager for that. He's mine. He's a good man.
No, he wants to arm wrestle him. He just did it with you.
Oh!
Double or nothing.
He goes, Kesgrim. He goes, He walks over, making this check.
Hello.
17.
It's an 11. That's fair.
2 ales.
2 ales? Okay.
One for me, one for him, and I'll pay for the rest.
Okay. And he hands you just all of your ale and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
He goes, alright. That'll be, 4, 6, 24 copper.
That doesn't seem right. 2 of them were free.
Oh, yeah, so sorry. So 12. Not 12, that's not right.
Nope, they said 12.
16?
16. Thank you. God is bad at math.
I'll slap 18 copper.
Oh, thanks for the tip, sir. I appreciate that a lot.
You're welcome.
How would you all like food?
I'm gonna tap Flynn on the shoulder and hold up 2, and then point at Kesgrim.
What? You want 2 of him?
Time to split him in half.
But I know what you're trying to indicate by this.
Give him a tip of 2 copper.
Oh, sure.
Just give him 2 copper. Give him 2 copper.
I'll flip 2 copper to Kesgrim.
Oh, thank you, sir.
It's me first coin.
What's your name?
He's like 50 years old.
What's your name?
Flint Iron Fist.
What a fucking name.
Will.
Very good.
He's alive.
Oh my god.
Nazgrim
I
is
don't know why I
alive.
didn't expect that. I really should have.
That wasn't a clean setup either.
I really expected. I was just shouldn't. I shouldn't.
Hark the
expected it.
seraphs cry.
Yeah, right?
And would you all like food as well?
What have you got?
Oh, we got a lot. Oh god. Here's, we got a bread bowl stew, some bog beetle dumplings.
What is in the stew? Is it mini bread balls?
Oh yes.
It's just a ladle with hot water and bread.
We have barbecued gopher legs.
The legs. Just the legs.
what do they do with the rest of the gophers? Does that go in the stew?
I have to eat like 800 of them.
Okay, I can see that's a little rich for your blood. How about some crisped worm and potatoes?
I'm not hungry. I think I'm gonna go to bed.
What is in the bread bowl stew again? If you could clarify.
Well, it's a bread bowl with stew.
What is in the stew?
Bread.
I'll have one of those.
So it's bread and wet
bread in
bread.
the bread.
So you just cut and then dump water on the bread.
Do you know
Well,
what stew?
stew, not just water. We run it through vegetables and such first.
Run it through.
I mean, you know what I mean.
This water once touched vegetables. Once.
I'll have the bread bowl stew.
That's a good choice. Good choice. And he hands you a bread bowl.
How much is it?
6 copper. 6 copper.
Hand him 6 copper. Well, I
Thank
guess-
you.
Oh, I have to do conversions.
I guess we can go again.
If he wins,
15.
19.
never mind.
10 silver. 10 copper.
I'll walk off and request the bog beetle.
Oh,
One.
Bog beetle dumplings.
Uh-huh, yeah.
He hands you some dumplings in a bowl, not in a red bowl, in a proper bowl.
Not in a bread bowl.
There's beetles in it.
Cool. No, sounds great. I'm from a swamp. What does that cost?
6 copper.
Cool.
I'll take the gopher legs.
The gopher legs. All right, gopher legs. Yes, those are gonna be an amount.
I'm just giving him 1 copper.
Oh, there they are. 6 copper.
Dang. All right.
Anybody else? Food?
Do you have anything vegetable based?
We have squash and fish soup. Fish is a vegetable.
I think the bread.
The bread stew is probably your best bet.
Oh, it's made with beef broth.
Hey,
Sure.
do you have anything on the menu with beef?
Oh, with beef? Yes.
I hope so.
We've got.
Otherwise, how are you making that broth?
The gopher legs.
I lied. We do not have anything with beef, actually.
Oh my god, how do you
Gopher
make...
stew.
I would take it.
What would you like, sir? Rah. Okay. And he hands forward just a bowl of gruel with lizards in it.
That's fine.
I'll take the gopher legs.
Gopher legs. Good choice. Hands you a plate of gopher legs.
Start
And
eating.
for the lady?
She's already eaten the bread bowl.
Right, the bread bowl. Correct. Well, is there anything else I can get for you?
Rooms.
Oh, yes, that's fine. Would you like one big room or 6 separate rooms?
How much is a room?
Yeah, what's the price breakdown here?
Well, a room for the night for one of you would be 6 copper a room. If you'd like to do one big room, I suppose I can cut you a deal at 20 copper.
That seems like the deal. We can put up some curtains or something if we need to. We do have a cloak. It seems like money-wise, I'm gonna make that call.
Good call.
you
Here's
go.
your key.
Thanks.
It's the big room upstairs. You'll
Does-
see it. It's the only door in the hallway.
Does the great room have a fireplace in it?
Yeah.
Cool.
And y'all take a seat with your drink and your food.
Is there a fireplace down here?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
And while you're doing your eating and drinking, I'm gonna go to the bathroom.
I'll be writing my book while I'm eating.
Guys, Grim, I can't. I'm broken. I don't think I can play anymore, guys.
Right? He's here.
This is quite an odd place.
I drew your cards.
Did a very good job.
Thank you.
Yeah,
They'll come in useful.
The food is quite something.
Can't get over these gopher legs. They're so small.
They're very small. They're good, but very small. So small.
Flint, do you plan on doing anything with that cloak?
Not necessarily. I usually keep things that we find so we can make disguises out of them, or if we need, to make a quick getaway or something. But nothing in particular. No.
Are you implying that you need another cloak? And I kind of just...
All the layers of clothing that I'm wearing? Never hurts.
I mean, you're practically an onion. with all of your layers. Are you sure you need another?
Dress in layers. You never know what the weather's going to do. You can go ahead and hang on to that.
Sure. Anyone needs it, we've got it. Suppose we're, might as well stick together. Can always use more people to help with things. Since the rest of our crew didn't get picked up like Olaf and I.
Did you find anything else on that guy we found in the alley? I saw you took his cloak.
Just a few coins
Okay.
and a note. But I flashed that around, so...
Gotcha. Surprised for a thief he didn't have more on him.
Makes me think he's either not a great thief or is working for somebody and isn't actually his own thief.
We need to find this you lady.
Mm-hmm.
Indeed.
So, with where we're sitting, is there a location that is a table that is open that is not around many of the other patrons?
Yeah, there's one kind of far away.
Sure. Yeah. I would just want to make sure that we're sitting at that one because we're discussing private matters.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I mean, I guess since we're out of earshot of everybody, you said something about justice?
Did I? I may
Yes.
have.
That's in the alley. That's, yeah.
I've been doing a lot of thinking about the orc.
Uh-huh.
My journeys, the things I've done, it's with good intent. I don't wish to cause harm to people. I've had a lot of bad in my life, and I need to do good. I need to right wrongs, bring justice back into the world.
Amends and atonement. How interesting. And, these bad things you say you've done? Arson among them?
They're bad, I guess, depending on whose eyes you're looking through.
Alright. Still, is arson among them?
And the flames kind of flicker out of my fingers, and I go, perhaps.
Very good.
Thievery, though.
Oh, yes.
Anything interesting that they caught you for, or just...
Flint was always more the man in charge. Kind of found me by the wayside. Gave me a bit of a purpose, but it's a way to spend the day.
And if you don't mind me asking, you seemed very rattled by the boat keeper.
Oh, yes.
Care to elaborate?
I guess just kind of like wave my hand over my skin, because my skin is like splotchy seafoam green and blue. I guess you could say a bit of a burden, family-wise.
Is your family not also blue?
Mother's side, blue.
And father's?
Not blue.
I understand. And she kind of just pulls her red hair across and goes, I show a lot of traits similar to my father. Not that fond of them, but my mother was a good woman.
As was mine. Not so much my father.
Can understand you on that and kind of like cling glasses.
Bink.
Daddy issues. I'll drink
Hell
that.
yeah!
I'm an 8-foot man with a father.
My glass is up.
Hey.
Oh, what did your father do?
Sold me.
Oh!
What a casual way to breach that
Just in the
subject.
book, yeah, he sold me.
Chessa, I don't mean to be brash, but I would not pin you for a thief.
Well, sometimes when you steal from, things that belong to other people, they don't appreciate it.
Amen to that.
So were you taking back what was taken from someone else?
What was taken from me, I suppose you can say.
Must have been something important if they tossed you down here.
It was me, so it was,
So they abducted as like a slave.
How old were you when you were sold?
I mean, I was... not so much a slave. let's just. I was meant to marry someone, and I did not do that. I was an adult, but the money had been paid already, and
You ran away.
yes.
Seems like pretty harsh punishment for a runaway.
Well, when you steal from royalty, it's a bit
Royalty.
Powerful people will get you into trouble.
Do we know this royal family?
Unless you've been to, I don't even know if I gave my town a name. I can't. It's. Let me pull that up.
Town.
Yeah, the town. You know.
Crown Town.
Towny
The
McTown
city.
face.
Towny McTown face.
Dun, 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 dun.
Mm-hmm. That's a good name.
You did not give it a name,
Yep.
Sarah. Do you want me to give it one?
Sure.
Give me a couple minutes. Well, not a couple minutes, but give me a second. I'll find one.
Mm-hmm.
Most families overrated, in my opinion. Family's what you make it.
I disagree. Family was everything to me. While my father was not my favorite, my family gave me purpose.
I think what Flint's trying to say is that it doesn't matter if they're blood or not. It's who you choose to surround yourself with. It'll mean a great deal to you.
Indeed.
I'll drink to that.
And your father simply sold you for coin?
For coin, for
Social elevation, political
Yes.
aspirations? What did your father do?
his. I don't think I specified. Middle class merchant, most likely.
So sufficient position to know royalty, but not be amongst them?
Yes. You know,
Interesting.
we weren't hungry.
Were you an only child?
You're asking me questions that I remember writing things down,
Did
and
you not put it in the Discord?
I did, but I don't know how to use Discord.
Sarah, the city name would be Cloud Cross.
Cloud Cross?
Yes. Chell, you can make a history check to see if Minerva would know about that city.
Probably not.
It's under your finger.
Sure is. That's a 7.
A 7. You've not heard of this city? It's not something that rings a bell for you.
Okay.
You do know there aren't that many cities in Fabroxy. So it narrows it down the other possibilities that there could be.
Gotcha.
Do you know if you have siblings?
I swear. I think I did.
Okay.
I think I was a little vague on that when I wrote my backstory.
Keep your peepers to yourself, Flint. Don't peep at backstories.
All right, then keep your secrets.
Well,
Yeah, I didn't specify if you had an answer to that that's somehow relevant.
I'll say you're an only child.
Okay.
So you had no inkling that this was going to happen?
I mean, I attracted unwanted attention, and
what did you do in your hometown that gathered such attention? You seem a bit of a recluse, a bit of an
Pretty much.
introvert.
pretty much that. But
So you sat around reading and
sometimes
people just
those-
kind of came over?
those who think highly of themselves don't appreciate it when others don't do the same.
When you see a pretty flower, does it walk up to you?
Flowers don't walk.
Most.
Flowers don't walk.
But you can still go and appreciate it.
Yes, of course. I'm just concerned as to this. Seems like a flower that was growing in a bit of a cloistered sanctuary and would not have really been around many people that would have just been wandering through flowers and might have been intentionally plucked.
That I can't say for sure.
Or perhaps it was because you were so reserved that your father thought best suited to find a suitor.
It was not an arrangement specifically made by my father. As far as I'm aware, I would just, go out and study my surroundings, read in the park, and there was a young prince who the others would fawn over. And when I did not do the same, he took that as a challenge.
Oh, yes, an insult to ego. Certainly.
I understand that all too well.
So then the prince requested you, and not the other way around.
Yes,
And your family acquiesced to the request?
that they did.
All right.
The choice was not mine.
Was he a bad man?
I mean, I'm here.
Enough said.
Bad enough.
He was well liked. Just full of himself. Not too keen on rejection.
Egotistical enough to have you effectively executed in exile? Say that's bad?
Kind of the worst.
Yes.
Don't think I've ever met a politician I liked.
Met many politicians, Crom?
One.
Does it happen to be a handsome young prince? Does it happen to be a handsome young prince from that town? Oh,
Crumb, were you also sent down here for arson?
Yeah.
Did you burn the politician?
Tried to burn his house down. He was crooked. His people were starving, and he did nothing to help them, only to further himself. Change had to be done, so I went one night, and his house is where all of his crimes were basically taking place. It was his center of operations. So I waited until everyone left, and I broke in and burned it down.
Kind of raised my glass. I'm like, been there.
But the system got me before I could get him, and they pinned me a criminal. Said, there's the arson, there's him, that he did it, making me out to be a bad person. I've never harmed anyone who didn't deserve harming. And they painted me a picture of being this evil man. And, well, that's why I'm here.
Politicians will do that. Most are useless. I know my way around and how to talk to them because of my family, but never liked them. It's usually who Olaf and I targeted. People that would do crooked things that couldn't report it. Like I said, calculated risks. Not stupid.
It's a good time. Crom, was your family hungry?
My family traveled a lot. Typically living on the outside. Caravanners, mostly. And we came in contact with a group of hermits, you could say, who they had a settlement and offered to watch after me and my sister and my cousin. And they took us in. He said, on the road is no way to raise a kid. So they took us in. Our parents all took off. It wasn't a sad day. But we learned to grow. We grew up learning how to make do with what we had.
So you were young when they left.
Must have left an impression on you.
A little bit. It did, like I said, it wasn't a sad day.
But enough that you
Because
remember it.
I lost the part of my family, but then I grew into more of a family.
Sure.
Yeah.
Do your sister and you still speak?
I haven't seen her in years. Her or my cousin.
And
We
I kinda-
grew up and we were tight. I haven't seen him. We would send messages and little letters and such.
I haven't seen my sister in a while either.
How about you and your sister?
She just kind of drops her head and just shakes. And just. My sister was wrongfully attacked. I don't know if wrongfully is the word. Maybe that was their intended target, but I'm gonna reach into my bag and pull out a half-broken mask and just kind of spin it around in my fingers. Because it's interesting being different. You draw a lot of unwanted attention to yourself. Sometimes the attention's nice, and sometimes it isn't.
Was she in some kind of performing faction?
She wasn't. Me and my sister, we lived with our mother. She was fairly wealthy. We were out playing one day, and these masked men just came, and they tried to attack me, and they tried to attack her, and I couldn't get to them before they got to her, and I swore I would end them. They would never see the light of day. I would not stop until justice was brought. We were
What-
twins, and
What does the mask look like?
it's just completely black. There's no
Okay.
eye holes, there's no nose holes. It's just a black
Okay.
sheet. And she
You
goes,
said it's cracked, so it's like half of it or something. So
Yeah.
like almost like a black eggshell.
yeah,
Okay.
exactly. It's actually partially the reason I'm down here. I've been following some leads, trying to figure out who these masked men were and what their intentions were, why they attacked me and my twin, and I found a shop selling similar masks. And when I approached the shop owner and asked him why and who he had sold these to, he couldn't give me an answer. So I gripped him up. And I demanded answers. And when he didn't give them to me, my fiery rage got the better of me, as well as his shop.
Most people don't take kindly to being interrogated about criminal ways.
And I guess you could say most people also don't take kindly to their sisters being murdered, but, you know.
Well,
she
no,
just
of
takes it
course
like
not.
that.
I'm sure we all know something of being different.
And I kind of turned my head over and just. Speaking of different.
Good boy.
I'll look at everybody and kind of shrug. And this one loved his parents. And, my mother was the priestess for my tribe, and my father was the hunter. This one's taken many things and many lives, and always made sure they could cross into the afterlife.
But the coins.
Yes. One must pay when they take the life.
Fair enough.
This one always pays.
Honorable thing to do.
Shrug.
Your tribe, were you the only one who was brought here?
Yes. Yeah, we were, we being the band of thieves, not my tribe. I was the outlier in that regard. This one would often leave home to go do jobs and bring back money and food. And we were caught in a job. The guards ambushed us. The job never even started. It seems somebody sold us out.
Interesting.
It's unfortunate that you were the only one caught. How many of them were?
From the tribe or for the...
From the
And the
tribe?
band, also, like, because if it was the band that got busted, who else? Like, how many other people were in your band?
Oh, no, this one was taken in the inn.
Oh, okay.
I've seen none of
Gotcha.
my other...
Companions.
Yeah.
Okay.
Should rephrase, somebody seems to have sold me out.
Yes. Okay.
Did you have many quarrels with people in your band?
No, not that I was aware of.
Interesting.
Afraid my story's not quite as interesting. Olaf and I, like I said, calculated risks. Found out about, well, a caravan that was being smuggled into our town. Can't report things stolen from a caravan that's not supposed to exist or have the goods in them, so easy target, can't be reported to the guards. And unfortunately it was the wrong target. Robbed a very powerful man, and the caravan was headed to my parents' place of business. And I was spotted, unfortunately, as was Olaf, leaving the caravan. So, not only were we sort of a sacrifice by my parents, I pull the lamp from my side. I've also got this, which I can't seem to get rid of.
And on my eyes just go wide. Where did you find that lamp?
On the caravan that we stole from. Some sort of a genie or a demon in there. He doesn't like me calling him a genie, so I call him a genie.
A genie?
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna start rubbing the lamp, DJ.
No, don't do that.
I'll
Please,
my head
don't
forward,
do that. No, don't listen to him. Please don't do that.
All right, I'll do it in the room later.
No, please. I'm begging you. Do not rub that lamp.
He's fine.
So, I'm obviously not entirely human. Hence the flames, hence my complexion, my red eyes. I'm a Nenaxi, I'm part Jinn. And I'm on the hunt for my father. I think he's behind why my sister was murdered.
Oh,
And
well,
if he's in that
isn't-
lamp...
It's not actually a genie. So,
Sure.
no, oh yes, I just...
Just a demon.
He just fucking hates it. He's a shit demon. Got trapped in a fucking lamp.
The lamp begins to smoke. Not red, but
I just kind of like brush off the smoke and clip it back to my side.
I'm gonna draw the lamp real, like, in my...
felt
my
real
book.
offended and hurt looking.
Yeah, I just wide-eyed stare at the lamp, just... That
I
lamp.
assure you, it's not actually a genie, so nothing to worry about there. But I'm sorry
hands
about...
drop. And I just slowly grip. Just white knuckling the morning star in my lap. If you say so.
Yes, I'll introduce him in private.
Very well.
So have you ever seen your father?
I can't say I have. Him and my mother, they, well, he came to visit our town and was blown away by my mother's beauty. And, they had been seeing each other for quite some time, and when she informed him that she was pregnant, he assumed it was a trap and left, thinking that she was trying to trap him to the mortal world. And I found out as a teenager.
Oh fuck.
What a dick. That's kind of the worst. It seems like a lot of people have dealt with people that are kind of the worst.
I mean, I don't mind the gifts he's left us in terms of, and then just the flames out of my fingers.
That's pretty cool.
Thanks. This was also a gift from him, as I point to the garnet stone bracelet on my arm. This was actually my sister's. She, my father had gifted this necklace and this bracelet for my mother as a sign of affection. And when he left, she felt that it was a connection to him that she thought that me and my sister should have. And when my sister died, I kept it with me as a reminder as to why I'm doing this in the first place.
So you have your suspicions that your father was invested in the attack on both you and your sister?
I do.
Where do those suspicions stem from? If he was not a man that you had ever seen.
I mean, I knew from the stories that my mother told me about just the 180 flip he did after she told him she was pregnant, the rage in his eyes, the demeanor, and sorry, I like got a piece
When
of
you
popcorn stuck in
coughed,
my
I
throat.
thought you said the wiener. And I was like,
The wiener.
the what?
The rage in his eyes, the wiener.
He was heir to the Oscar Mayer fortune. He drives a hot dog car.
Damn you, Oscar Mayer.
That's why he bailed.
He's after the
My
baloney. My mother had told us the rage that he started to show after finding out of her pregnancy, and my sister and I, while we may have had a few quarrels with children in school from our differences, it's the only one that could strike me as really wanting us gone. I could be wrong, but that's the strongest lead I have as of right now.
Do you know that it wasn't a random attack? Were they perhaps thieves, or...?
I've occasionally come across the black masked ones. But my rage always gets the better of me, and I never let them survive. Enough to ask questions, at least. I just can't seem to get a grip. It hasn't been many. There was about 6 that attacked us that day. And I burned our forest as well as them in my rage. So there wasn't much evidence except for, and she spins the broken mask in her hand.
Is your mother still alive?
She is. She's very frail as of right now. She's an elderly woman. And I made a promise to her that I would get revenge for my sister.
It's very honorable of you.
Electra would have done the same for me. We were misunderstood. Nobody understood me better than she did. She had the same battles I had. We stood by each other from the moment of conception. She was my rock, and I am lost without her.
I'm sorry for your suffering.
Thank you.
It is sensible to want to fix what is broken, whether in oneself or outside. But I think we can all agree to pursue these individuals for you, with you.
I appreciate that. And it does not go unnoticed, as I helped you with your orc situation.
Oh yes, his head is gone.
Do you suppose you'll find any answers here?
Not sure.
I know any questions I had are left back on for Braxy.
Zifley said that nobody's ever been able to escape, but they've also said that human and Jinn usually don't make too well of partners. And I like to defy the odds.
We also know that many of the individuals here have some sort of criminal associations, whether loosely or directly. And if these individuals who were assaulting them were in fact criminals in some regard, some former members may be present in Orvigo.
Or someone here could be running whatever this is. It would be, I assume, fairly easy to get word out of here somehow.
It's a very fair point.
Suppose you could send a messenger of sorts? Didn't consider that.
Ah yes, birds. Can still fly up the height of the waterfall.
Bird mail.
Bird mail.
Familiars, perhaps? I just pull out my red.
Ah,
God's
What
thinking
a-
I don't like this.
curious little creature.
It's a rat.
Yes.
She could be whatever I ask her to be, but
So
Others.
she changes.
I can change her.
Interesting.
You know we have a cat, right?
What are you doing over here? You just
No, I was just looking.
This one is hungry.
I don't really.
Go roll big.
I don't really fear for her.
Is there a particular reason?
She's a fey creature.
Oh,
It's
does that mean something?
Not actual meat.
Not actual meat.
I don't want to say she's not real. It's not true, but she's not a normal rat that you would find walking down the street.
You know, in a coat and top hat.
Strolling down the road.
That's what I'm saying. Little rat fucking feet.
If something happens to her, it's inconvenient, but I can always bring her back.
Interesting.
Well, I can't get rid of this fucking lamp, so...
Have you tried throwing it out?
I have. It came back to me.
Tried burning it?
I have. I've only had it for a short time before we were...
What about that axe that you have?
Does it reappear immediately?
It does.
Can I see it?
Sure.
I'll just throw it. Does it like zap back like after a couple seconds?
Yeah.
Oh, my eyes are just wide. So that's very interesting.
I'm assuming it starts to smoke a little bit.
Like it moves back to you, or like it's just back?
It just is back.
Oh.
I will not risk my axe against such an obviously supernatural thing.
Night and Day, thank you very much for the $5 donation and the Twitch Prime sub. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Alan.
It has also given me access to magic of some kind, so it's not all bad. I simply have to
It's better.
do what it says when it asks. So, I'm sure it's
better
fine.
ways to practice magic.
I'm not a magical being.
I
Neither
don't
am
think it's right to say better. Sounds judgmental.
A little bit.
Indeed.
He doesn't seem fond of this lamp. And he has to do what it says.
This one loves the lamp.
Just
staring at it.
Must have lamp.
Shiny.
Well, I don't hate the whatever this is inside of it, but I don't have much of a choice either. I stole it and I'm cursed with it. It's my burden to bear.
Does it talk to you?
Oh, yes, it does. I'll introduce him when we get back to the room. I'm sure he'll love it. Again,
Rip
not
it
a
over.
genie. It's okay. He's just stuck in a
Never
lamp
be
because he's a
too
really
sure.
shitty demon.
Okay, bitch.
Sending smoke signals. Fuck you.
Try me.
Fuck around, find out.
So do you think that your magic is the best magic?
I don't know about the best, but
Certainly better than his.
I don't have to answer to anyone because of it.
Indeed.
Besides myself. I've got this book. That's all I need. Well, that and some... Pull out my components pouch and just...
Pull out some things.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take my mistletoe out of my... What about this?
Oh.
I'll pull out some mistletoe. I think I have...
Is yours better?
No, I think it's the same plant. I mean, I'd have to look at it a bit more closely, but
Well, he does not have books.
I don't know how he does his magic. This is how I do mine.
It's plants. Same as you. I just learned from the nature.
Mine comes from a demon. We all have our ways.
Mine too comes from a not so nice person.
Mm-hmm.
We are who we are.
Doesn't make us any less.
Agreed. Not something we can necessarily change.
No, not the lamp.
Not the lamp.
Not the lamp.
Other things, perhaps, not the lamp.
Yes, definitively, the book could be changed,
Sure.
as could the leaf.
True.
Not the lamp.
Not the lamp. Can't get rid of the lamp. Tried. He did speak to me as soon as I stole it, and I tried to put it back and left, and there it was. Talking in my head.
Does he have a name?
He does.
Tim.
It's Tim.
Greg.
Tim the lamp. His name's Zogglethar. It's Xog
Ah, jeez.
what?
XOG.
Apostrophe Althar.
Did you put
Does-
the X in there?
No, I looked up like demon names.
Okay.
It's specific.
I'm gonna go with
Does,
Lampert in my notes.
Mm-hmm.
Do you give him a nickname?
I just call him Genie. He really fucking hates it so much. The lamp just starts smoking a little bit more.
You said he talks to you and asks you to do things?
He hasn't yet, but he offered magics in exchange for making bargains with people when the time came.
His soul.
Could be.
Yeah,
Not sure.
That's the assumption.
I'll stick with my type of magic, I think.
Well,
Books haven't talked to me, at least not yet.
Well, I'll try to pick up one of your books. Hello there!
Gonna
Give
me your soul.
I didn't reach for my books. I've taken it and just put it.
Again, it's not exactly a choice I have. I made the mistake of stealing something clearly magical. I don't know what its purpose was or why it was on that caravan, but it stuck out to me and I took it. So I now have magic, but I have a talking demon in my pocket.
Flint, do you steal for wealth or to eat?
It's the cats, DJ.
Oh, that sounded
genie.
uncomfortably like
He left the
He left the lamp out there. It's actually trying to get in now.
A little of this, little of that. I come from a wealthy background, but I try to make my own ways most I can and not rely on my parents. I did not want to do what they did specifically, so...
What is it that you're after in this world?
I don't know, really. As I said, came from a fairly wealthy background. My parents didn't pay too much attention to the things that I did. And kind of made my own way, did my own thing, found people I cared about, people like Olaf, and took from people that deserved it in a way, people that couldn't do anything about it, but nobody that didn't deserve it. Bit of both. My purpose is to live, I suppose. I'll figure out the rest along the way.
Piss off your parents.
Piss off my parents. That's a good one.
I like it, and raise my glass.
Especially since they've thrown me down here now, but again, we pissed off
I'll drink to that
a
as well.
fairly powerful person, so they I suppose could have made a choice to not do that, but sometimes you fuck with the wrong people. I'll find my way out of it, and gotten out of worse situations.
I don't think you got out of this one.
Not yet.
I don't recall anything worse.
Well, that's other situations anyway, Olaf.
Sure.
Maybe not worse. This is certainly a challenge. But a lot of people here, they're all criminals, so... Well, most anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Seems you all have other reasonings for things, so...
Well, I mean, by the laws of my land, I am a criminal.
Sure, but I wouldn't necessarily choose to rob any of you. You seem to have some morals, but the majority of the people here, I imagine, are criminals and will be free targets.
I don't know if there's us that got dropped down for the wrong reasons. Who's to say that everyone else is not down here for the wrong reason as well?
And who are we to judge what those reasons are?
That's fair, but I speak for myself. I'm not really down here for the wrong reasons.
This one belongs here.
It's gotta be a mixed bag. We'll have to,
Well, that was why I was questioning the man first.
Mm-hmm.
See whether or not he genuinely deserved our attention.
That's why I took his coins.
So I took his cloak.
That's why I raised them above the ground.
We did do those things. What a lovely party we are.
Cat breaking in.
Now that it's open, I don't
Oh,
want
now I'm allowed in? I don't want to come in
She
anymore.
only wants the door open. She does
I
not
was
wish to come in.
invited.
Good job, Edna.
She's the only one who knows how to open the door, so.
Too smart.
Did you say there's a lot of people in the tavern, or?
Oh, fuck a genie!
Dad.
Not a lot of people. There were, what did I say, 3 to 4 empty tables when you came in, and 4 to 5 that were taken. So there's like 20 people.
Zifley said in order to move to the west side, we would have to perform tasks, earn money, get wealth. Should we see if anybody in the tavern knows of where we can possibly find jobs?
Is our goal to get to the west side?
I mean, I'd like to get out of the east.
Agreed.
I think it is better to at least have some sense of directive as opposed to nothing.
I wonder if there are any libraries here.
I sincerely doubt it.
I would highly doubt it. Maybe in the
Maybe in the west.
west.
I don't really know what purpose a library would serve in a place like this.
I have to go somewhere.
More talking books.
Bad people.
The bartender said that sometimes the West Coast people have names, like, are they referred to?
Californians.
Yeah.
LA.
So good at that accent.
Do the,
We'll call them the financiers.
the financiers? Okay.
Cha.
Suckers. I wonder if there's any financiers here today that we maybe could perform a task for. If they see our size of our group and our strengths, maybe they'd be willing to take us on as workers for them.
I think we just have to wait until someone orders that,
Well, I mean, we don't necessarily need to be here when they do it. We could instruct Lufid to let us know.
Indeed.
I mean, I can't instruct him to let us know. Someone else will need to inform him that...
I'll take care
Why
of it.
can't you?
What?
It's
He
very,
doesn't like others.
The singing?
Oh, yes. So I greet new people. That's why I greeted you that way.
I don't think he's singing.
Oh, it's something in my culture.
That's better.
I'm laughing as I say it. Yeah, it's something in my culture, of course. You know, that wonderful guttural throat singing that half-orcs are known for. It's totally plausible. As someone who's well learned of the world, you would, I'm sure, be familiar.
I would not call myself well learned of the world. I've spent most of my time in a secluded university.
So you were secluded, you admit it.
Yes.
All right.
I don't think I failed to admit that.
Yeah,
At
but
least in my adulthood. As a
Interesting.
child, not so much, but
Hasn't even seen talking books.
Then what did you read?
just about anything I could get my hands on. But as much as I love books, what's in them doesn't necessarily reflect perfectly what's in the outside world.
So fairy tales.
I wouldn't call them fairy tales. I just like to confirm things with my eyes before I take them as the truth. Whether
Alright.
that be through research or exploration.
So your directive is to affirm your world?
I guess you could say that.
Well, I think we can do that.
I mean, this world is very different from the world that I know. I've found limited books about Orvigo.
Much to learn, and if there are books, I'm sure we can take them.
I don't really wish to steal them.
Borrow.
I have large hands.
hands, very big.
Beans.
Filled with beans.
Large cans of beans.
Good for carrying.
Books.
Is there any well-dressed, kind of like aristocratal-looking people in this bar?
One.
He's sitting by himself.
He's sitting at a table with two other people. They are not dressed as well as he is.
I turn back to the group and go, there is a man over there. It is a man, right?
Yes.
Okay. There is a man over there. He seems different than the other people in this bar. I think he may be from the west side. Should we approach him?
I'm gonna look over at this man, and my background is oh my god, she's so loud. Is courtier, so I have the court functionary feature. Obviously, this is not a bureaucracy exactly, but essentially, I know who like the movers and shakers are in a government type of thing, who to go for favors and what the current intrigues are. So I'm sort of just looking for anything that I can pick up on his clothing, the way that he like moves and talks. From what I can hear, maybe if I can pick up anything about who this person might be.
So he's wearing very fine clothes. On the outermost layer of his cloak, on his chest, you can see a rusty ship wheel, similar to as outside.
Okay. As if he works here? Or owns it?
He's a little wealthy to work here.
Okay. Based on his clothing and has a little ship's wheel on him, I'd say that would be the owner of this place, or the financier of it anyway.
If he's wealthy, he's probably got connections to the western side.
So then would that be Lufa?
Lufa.
No, Lufid is the barkeep.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Or the actual, like, the dude tending bar.
Were we told that he's the owner or that he's the barkeeper?
That he's... I might have told you he was the owner. If I did, I was wrong.
Okay.
Okay, so he's the bartender.
Barkeep. Okay. Would be worth introducing ourselves at least. I can handle that.
If you wouldn't mind, I think a party of our size might overwhelm somebody. Us all approaching.
Sure. Olaf, keep your eyes peeled. I'll push back from the table.
Okay.
I'll stroll my way over to this man.
Did I already say what race this man was?
You didn't know.
Good. Okay, cool.
What race is this man?
Not an orc.
We can see him. What race is this man?
He is an elf.
All right.
So you approach the elf
Gotta
man.
look at everyone else at the table and go, watch him fuck it up. It's hilarious.
Is he not good at these things?
Oh, you'll love it.
I'll walk up to the elf man.
Hey, fucker.
And I'll just put my hands with my rings on the end of the table and
What's up?
excuse me, sir. Apologize for my interruption. I'm new to Nenaxi, Flint Iron Fist.
Hello, Flint. My name is Ferrum. Ferrum Elixina.
Can we hear
Can
them?
you spell that?
Yeah, Ferrum is P-H-A-R-O-M.
P-H-A-R-O-M.
R-O-M. Elixina, I-L-I-X-I-N-A.
I was half
X-I-N-A.
expecting his last name to be Monch.
Ferrum Anch. It's a good one.
Are they within earshot of us?
It's a little noisy, but yeah, you can hear them.
I take it you're the owner of this fine establishment?
I am. It's an observant eye. But yes, I am the owner of the Rusty Keel.
It's a wonderful place.
Oh, thank you. I've put a lot of money into this place over the years.
It's very nice. I assume you, as a man of your stature, reside in the West District?
Of course.
Naturally. And how are things over there? I've been, again, playing up my rings and things. Been meaning to make my way over there once I'm settled.
It's very nice. Very clean. Everyone's very friendly. No one's tried to rob me.
Well, of course not. It would be ridiculous. Wouldn't be a very safe place if you were robbed.
That's why we have the guard.
Of course, naturally. And, is it easy for one to get over there? Obviously, someone like myself,
It costs a pretty penny.
of course, and they give you a pass of some kind.
You use your property as,
Collateral.
well, not collateral, but proof of your stature.
Sure.
Once you own property in the city, you're allowed into the west side.
So wealth itself is not necessarily important. You must own something. So it is also, I suppose, limited by the amount of property here in Nenaxi, too.
It is, but there's real estate available for anyone who's looking.
Interesting. And where would I go to discover or procure this real estate?
Oh, well, you could go to the Southeastern Guard Tower. Find a man there named...
Greg.
Oh no, we beat him up.
We didn't beat him up. Tackled him. Took his stuff.
Oh, God. Named Nornid Black Pike. And if he is not able to find you any real estate in the city, I'm sure he can find you a nice plot of land nearby that would work.
All right. Well, I don't suppose you could give me a tour of the West Side so I could see what's in store for me?
Oh no. You're only allowed in once you've purchased property.
They don't allow guests of any kind, even for someone of your stature?
We try not to bring too many guests to the West Side. Too many undesirables may be able to buy their way in.
Well, of course, but obviously I'm...
On the East Side.
Temporarily.
I hope to see you on the West Side one day.
Of course. Well, if there's anything I can do for you, anything you need, always looking for work and things to assist with.
Huh, really? Is that so?
Indeed.
Well, I do have this letter that was meant for an associate of mine. Would you be willing to bring it to her?
Sure, of course.
Okay, great. If you head to the southeastern corner of Nenaxi, near where the southeastern guard tower is, quite nearby, you will find a building with a sign out front reading... Are you kidding me? I didn't give this thing a name? Shit. See a building named the Nenaxi Divers?
And who is the letter for, specifically?
Oh, my associate Orvigo.
Could you spell that?
U-R G-E-V-A. Orvigo. That's what I said. I might have said Orvigo, but Orvigo.
And what was the business name again? I'm sorry. The Nenaxi Divers?
Yes. They're not so much of a business as they are a guild.
Sure, and I assume Orvigo will provide payment on the other end?
She'll provide you with a receipt showing she's received it, and then I will provide you payment.
Certainly. Well, again, if there's anything else I can do for you, and I'll extend my hand again.
He shakes your hand. He goes, yes, I should probably mention your reward for doing this will be 1 gold.
Certainly, thank you kindly.
Of course.
Hope to see you around again.
Yes, you as well.
And I'll head back to my table.
And he takes a drink from his flagon.
Well, found out some useful information, and I've got us a job.
Is it good paying?
It's not so much the reward that I'm interested in, that the destination of this letter goes to Orvigo, a name starting with a U, which could perhaps lead us to our mysterious you person. Who is you?
Who is?
Who is you?
And
Can't
all
wait till
that.
we get there. You is you!
What happens when we find this you?
We'll give them the letter and get a receipt, and then we can perhaps inquire further about our mysterious friend.
Are we trying to stir up more attention to
Well,
ourselves?
no, but
We've already caused a bit of a ruckus out there with Greg or whatever.
Greg.
Cloak bloke?
Cloak bloke.
Cloak bloke.
CB, as I've called him in my notes here.
We doesn't have a cloak anymore, so
Just a bloke.
just a bloke.
I also don't really think it was much of a ruckus.
Simply asking questions for things he wouldn't give up.
Mm-hmm.
Sure, we can at least mention it.
Mm-hmm.
What information are we looking for?
Why they're looking out for us, why not to trust Zifley, a number of things.
Did they tell you how to get to the western portion of Orvigo?
Oh yes, unfortunately you need to own property in Orvigo in order to get over to the west side. But I do have a contact, Nornid Blackpike at the southeastern guard tower that can instruct us to what property is available currently.
You need to own property.
Indeed, limited seats over there, it seems like. Not allowed to bring guests, I did inquire. Even flashed my rings.
Does that usually work for you?
A lot of the time it gets, as Olaf said, either baits them in or allows me sort of a more respect than others might give.
Interesting concept of the property. Well, the ownership of property is the sole proof that they require. I think it's time that we own some property.
Seems that way.
Yes.
Does that mean we individually have to buy a piece of property in order to get our own tickets over?
I think if we all mutually shared ownership of something, it would probably satisfy them.
I think so.
Okay.
As far as I understand, all it sounds like is we need a deed.
Indeed, we do.
Does anyone here by chance have any sense of skills in writing? Just gonna look over at the librarian lady. Formal documents, perhaps something that you might be familiar with?
Hmm?
Formal documents are something that she is quite
Is that a
familiar
nat 20? Yeah.
The best.
That was a clerk.
I've certainly looked over some, proof of ownership of various.
Yeah. And where do your
Various
morals
buildings.
stand on forgery? Not necessarily harming anyone in particular, it's just falsifying information.
I mean, I've never done a forgery.
You've got paper, you've got a pen.
I have both of those things, yes.
Indeed you do.
Indeed.
I don't think I.
Flint, you seem quite friendly with this elf man.
Friendly enough.
Yes. Perhaps, you might work your charming magics and steal a glance at the look for the rusty keel. See whether or not there is any kind of a seal or signature required for property ownership here in Nenaxi.
Well, I would be rather hard to ask him to show me his deed, but
I don't think so. I think you walk over and you say, "Excuse me, sir.
Show me your deeds.
Let me see your big, thick deed."
I showed
Give
you
it a
my
deed.
deed. Please respond.
Indeed.
I could try that. But I think Nornid will probably also have at least copies, or we could view if there's some sort of seal with a little bit more subtlety.
I mean, I don't think that approaching a man and saying, "I'm new in town, I'm curious as to how to ascertain property. You've told me of the locations, but a little bit more information would be useful for us if he's already willing to hire us for jobs." Seems as though he puts some sense of value on our heads.
Sure.
I think a man in business understands other individuals with business aspirations.
You said there was other people sitting near Nornid, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think I have a plan.
Is
And
it fire?
Shouldn't be? And I
I-
scoot my chair.
I like those odds. 50-50.
One of the other people sitting at the bar, I set my drink down and just kind of shake my head and go, who am I going to talk to about buying property? Oh my gosh. And I turn to the person sitting next to me and go, I'm so sorry to intrude. I'm new to Orvigo. And I put my hand out and go, Minerva.
Hello.
And you are?
Hello.
Your name's Hello.
Yes.
It's very nice to meet you. Do you live in Orvigo?
Hello.
I mean, the eastern side of Orvigo?
Nenaxi?
Nenaxi.
Nenaxi?
Oh, yeah.
What? Where at?
East 4.
How did you get about getting the house? Did you just walk in, or did they have it for sale?
I don't live there. Or I don't own it.
Who owns it?
The landlord.
Does your landlord have any other properties?
Pretty sure. I think he's got one on East 2 and East 4.
Thank you for your help, Hello. And I walk back to the table and I go, never mind, guys. I thought I had a plan. I don't.
It's fine. I'll push myself up from the table and walk back over
He's just
to,
waving at you from the bar.
to Farum.
We just have this group over here that keeps sending people.
Excuse me, Farum, one quick question for you. Apologize for interrupting again.
That's fine.
So you mentioned that one needs to own property and there needs to be proof of some kind of this property ownership. I don't suppose you have yours on that I could see what I'm looking for?
I do, but that's a closely guarded secret.
I don't see why. We trust each other enough for me to deliver your letter. It's not as if I'm going to take it in front of a bar full of your patrons.
Well,
Seem to have some sort of mutual respect between the two of us.
there is, yes, I do respect you. However, we have had forgeries of these documents in the past.
I'm a trustworthy enough fellow. Can I try to roll persuasion?
You twinkle those rings just right.
18.
18?
Yeah.
I doubt he's going to have an insight high enough to read that.
How's it feel to be good at lying now?
Much better than Soot.
Yeah, no, he does not. He goes, yes, I suppose you're trustworthy. Well,
Made his
I'll
mistake.
tap my rings on the counter.
Shiny.
Okay.
he goes, I suppose I can show it to you. 1 second. He reaches in his back pocket and pulls out a little card.
Freeze.
And the,
So I started blasting.
He pulls a gun out. Here's the deed.
Spread 'em.
I blocked the bullet with the last on the ground.
You sold the lamp up to his temple.
Put the deed on the ground. Hold on. We gotta pause for just 1 second.
What?
This is important.
He's gonna go get the gun.
While we're sitting here and he's off talking, I would just like to ritual cast detect magic
okay.
while we're sitting in this bar.
Yep.
This is Don scans it with the lamp.
Bzzz. I'm gonna upload this to the cloud.
He picks up the lamp.
No.
I'll say you do not sense any magic.
Oh, fuck.
What the fuck is
Sorry.
Hello.
Do have an actual lamp.
It's a dope lamp.
Thank you. There you go. That was worth it.
Yeah, so he shows you his card.
Yeah.
His
Yeah, and
deed card.
the card says, like, property owner Nenaxi. Or, sorry, Nenaxi property owner.
Okay.
And it's got a rough sketch of him.
Of him.
Uh-huh.
It's a driver's
Okay.
license.
It's like an ID.
Yeah.
Okay. Is there anything else on it? Just a sketch of him and it says Nenaxi property owner.
I suppose it would have, like, locations that property that he owns. It says... East 0, comma 6.
I would imagine it also has a type of seal or something on there as well.
Yeah. Yep.
What's
Which
the
is a
seal
red
look
N.
like? A red N?
Mm-hmm.
It does it look like it's fucking stamped in like wax? Or does it just look is it just someone took like a red pen and wrote an N?
It's a
If you
like a
turn to
wax
the side,
stamp.
it has a Z.
Zipley.
Solved it.
Red N.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Sketch.
And you said it is a wax seal?
Yeah.
Don CMS said that looks like a gravy boat.
Gravy demon.
That's what they used to call me in high school.
Gravy demon.
Ew. Oh, I hate that so
It was
much.
just a weird nickname.
What did you do to deserve this?
Oh man, here comes the gravy demon.
Yeah, right? Hate it too.
Hide your biscuits.
Oh.
Oh no, the mashed potatoes!
My meatloaf.
Lord.
You damn demon.
Let me tell you, that gravy demon makes a banging Salisbury steak.
Oh my god. Okay.
Purpose.
Wax seal, Nenaxi property owner, sketch, and the location.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Oh, you're welcome.
I'll back away slowly.
Okay.
Head back to my table.
And there's nothing magical on that.
No. No.
What are you looking for?
My pen.
I have a pencil if you want one.
I mean, I can just give you my pen.
No, I'm not writing anything right now. I'm just trying to see.
On Ushwamp the other night, I found a pencil that I dropped the week before.
Mm-hmm.
I kicked something and I was like, that feels like a pencil. I looked down, I was like, oh, it is a pencil.
Ooh, it's a pencil.
Good pencil.
Perhaps we should head back to the room then.
We could formulate a plan up there.
Ah, yes, and you can show everyone.
My genie.
Yeah, we'll go with that.
Not a genie. It's fine.
Again, probably not best to frighten our new companions. Flint?
Of course not. It was not meaning to frighten. I just want him to hear that he's a genie.
Maybe whisper it into the lamp instead of announcing it in front of our friends.
You're a fucking genie.
Better. I guess that's an improvement. We'll work on it. Flint, we'll work on it.
Of course. To the room then. I'll just hold the key up.
I'm gonna motion to everybody to grab their glasses.
Hmm? Yeah. Grab my glass.
Bring your cups.
All right, you all head upstairs. You enter into your room. It is a large room. There's a big table in the center, big round table, say 8 chairs spread around it. You can see there's 8 beds, all positioned along the walls, leading kind of like an infirmary, except not as dark. You can see there's little, oh god, this is becoming more and more like an infirmary, little shades between each bed that you can pull to close it off.
So there's 8 beds.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, so there's a fireplace in there, right?
Yes, there's fireplace.
Is this room like shared with other patrons, or is it just ours?
Usually it would be, but since there's so many of you, it is just yours.
If you don't mind, I'd like to sleep close to the fireplace.
It's understandable.
Just kind of throw my stuff down on one of the beds.
No mind. I would like to, if everyone's fine with it, let my axe have a bed.
There's 8 of them, so.
Just gonna go over and just pull the sheets back and just lay it down and
Just gonna walk over to one of
pat
the
its
beds,
head.
pull the blankets and the pillows off, and just set them down in front of the fireplace, and just. This is where I'm gonna keep my stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That's fine. Gonna set my lamp on the table. Is everyone fine with this? Again, I promise you it's not actually a genie.
I still keep my distance.
I'm gonna pull up a chair and sit down.
Yeah, I'll start rubbing the lamp.
Okay.
Big euphemism.
Yeah, so I'll get the circle around.
You all ready for this?
You all
You guys
ready
ready?
for this?
I'm not the gravy.
Start
He's gonna
smoking.
He's gonna release the gravy demon from
my
the gravy
God.
Oh
boat.
no, we're sitting around a round table and the smoke's starting to come out of this thing. Oh no.
So, soon, I'll say, your friendly neighborhood demon, Zolgathar, is that it?
Yep.
Ooh, from memory.
It's a beautiful day in this neighborhood.
My brain's getting big.
He remembered something, guys. Mark this down in history.
I also wrote the recap from memory. Thank you very much.
Well.
That was the biggest brain move.
Mm-hmm.
Zolgathar exits and he goes, "What the fuck do you want?
Sup, genie? These are my friends.
I'm not a fucking genie."
See, I told you he wasn't a genie.
What does he look like? Can we see him?
What does he look like?
That's a you question.
Great. Alright.
I didn't give him a description. I gave you full reign over this NPC.
So it's the smoke that's billowing out from the end of the lamp.
Mm-hmm.
It begins to make like a humanoid-esque form. Let's think of what type of demon it would be. Not a demi-lich. That's not quite what I want.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not a genie, says the floating head with jewels in his eyes.
So it's got a very bullish figure.
Bullish?
Bullish, indeed.
Mhm.
Oh, bullish.
Mm-hmm.
Bull.
He's got spikes in his fur that's leading because he's got fur.
Mm-hmm.
You can see like the smoke is kind of very well defined to where you can make out like actual body features. He's got a big toothy mouth. He looks similar to this guy right here, but not so red.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
He goes, "What? What do you want?"
Just wanted to introduce my friends. We've had some changes since we last spoke.
He looks around and he goes, "Hi, friend. Hello,
Looking at Glenn,
Grip gets
right?
tighter on the,
Minerva."
and I stand, and I let the Morningstar drag behind me as I walk closer. What are you?
"I'm Zolgathar.
I said, what are you, not who are you?
I'm a demon."
Shitty demon. You're the one that got trapped in a fucking lamp.
I told you. I don't want to talk about how I ended up here.
How did you end up here?
Don't want to talk about it. I just said that.
Fucked up, clearly.
Is there something I can do for you?
Well, there was more gravy at the bottom of the boat. Went digging.
I'm also looking for somebody out of a lamp.
Okay.
Are you familiar with others that are trapped in lamps?
Do
Is
you,
it like a club?
do you think we have like a lamp club where we all hang out in our respective lamps?
It's like a book club.
Like lamps are us.
Oh.
Lampers Anonymous. Perhaps.
What?
Lampers.
Lamp camp?
Lamp.
That's good.
How much time
Sleep,
has passed?
sleepaway lamp.
Ooh.
Oh my god!
That's good.
It was like 8, 9 o'clock when you entered. It's getting to be about midnight. It's getting to be
Okay,
like.
so
AA
I wouldn't have
meeting
to check
bullet.
magic anymore,
Okay.
right?
No, I don't know anyone else in a lamp.
I just kind of keep my Morningstar in my hand.
And you
I just
won't
don't
tell
say
us how you
anything.
got in the lamp.
No.
Really dumb reason.
Do you know how we got in the lamp?
Let me see. I don't think so. I don't think I did.
So then it wasn't a choice. You're trapped in the lamp?
If I could not be in a lamp, I promise you I would not be in a lamp. Do you know how hard it is to harvest souls from a lamp?
Pretty hard, obviously.
Probably harder than being not in a lamp.
Considerably.
I just stand at the edge of the table with my with my Morningstar in hand.
Take it easy, honey. You could hit this lamp as hard as you want. It's still gonna come right back to this guy's hip.
Yeah, he's cursed to the lamp's cursed to me. It's a vicious,
It's a curse
shitty
train.
cycle.
And who are you cursed to?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't. Nobody. Just the fucking lamp.
I loosen the grip a little bit on the Morningstar.
That's right. Take it easy. I see you got a burning rage, but I need you to just dial it back.
This man steals souls and he's telling me to calm down.
I'm a demon. I'm sure you have a way of making your living. This is how I make my living.
Terrible demon.
I'm trapped in a fucking lamp, so
Yeah, because you're a shit demon.
yeah, I don't listen.
Prior to being trapped,
What about it?
Do you happen to know any genies?
Nope.
None? None at all?
I didn't really go seeking them.
Okay.
They kind of stayed in their corner and I stayed in mine.
Do you know how one might be able to find a genie?
Guess you could try to summon one.
Maybe if we get him out of the lamp at some point, maybe a genie will be in the lamp.
Can you leave the lamp?
No.
If I could leave the lamp, I would have left the lamp.
Do you know, but is there...
Oh, do I know of a way to
Yeah.
leave that? No.
Okay.
Otherwise, I would have had this one do it.
So yeah, I get magic, he gets something at some point, I'm sure.
It's definitely your soul.
Could be.
It's definitely your soul.
Well,
Possibly
I
our
don't really
souls,
have a
too.
choice in the matter.
Sure. We'll go with that.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm ready to pick from the lottery to a random dark entity going into this lamp. I'd rather hunt down the specific genie I'm looking for myself. But I appreciate the offer.
Of course. That'll be all.
You don't dismiss me. I'll go back when
I'm
I
gonna
damn
just
feel
start
like it.
brushing away the smoke.
You can try it. Brush it away. Brush all you want. I'm going
Get
back
like
in
a fan.
anyway. It's time for my nap.
Before you go,
What?
why did you look at me like that?
I'm a demon. You got fiery hair, fiery eyes. Demons like fire.
Can you send your demon away?
Demons like fire.
Yeah, I was gonna.
All right, fine. I'm going back. Going back.
Back from whence you came.
He retracts his way back into the lamp.
I'll clip it back on my side. So yeah, that's him. That's my story.
Definitely not a genie. I'm sorry. I
Yeah, no,
didn't believe you.
no, definitely not a, but a really a big genie. Yeah,
Excuse me.
It sucks.
yeah, no, he's the worst.
It's interesting though. You can summon a genie. I'll have to look more into that.
We'll have to figure that out, I suppose. I don't know much about this. As I said, I picked it up and can't get rid of it.
Have you ever read anything about summoning genies?
Um, 15. History.
You're aware that there are rituals that exist to summon genies. You're not sure exactly what they are or how to replicate them.
I mean, I don't know how to summon genies. I've heard of there being such rituals, but...
Oh, but we know it is a possibility.
Oh, yes.
All right.
At least as far as I've read. Again, I haven't confirmed.
Yes, you haven't seen it yet. I think it'll be something that we'll see someday.
Oh, I hope so.
Well,
Before we turn in, if I may, I'd like to share a bit of wisdom with you, as we were wont to do in my circle before I came here. So if you'd all like to just grab your glass and have a seat at the table.
sure.
I'm going to walk over to the fireplace and take a little twig of something out of my...
Mhm.
light it, just kind of get it nice and smoky.
Mm-hmm.
It smells like incense and burning leaves.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to say that with the severity of our situation, this is a journey that we're not coming back from. This is the new normal. I want all of you to remember that you will find your peace. You will find your harmony. That which you are searching for, no matter the cause or the circumstance, will return to you all. The hungry wolf will find its food, and the lost sparrow will find its flock. The harmony will return. Things change. Seasons, nature, cycles continue forward. Flower will not bloom once more. It'll come back the next season. Our passions, goals, justice, loves, wealth, knowledge, shiny. It will endure. It will follow through in your hearts, and I can tell from the time I've spent with you that you are of good nature and of good heart. Sages named the love that a group would have agape, which is no love for no other reason than the sake of being. And I hope that follows through with the gifts that I've imbued to you. Knowledge, the wisdom, the bones that I've given y'all. They've been marked with a rune of gift, of friendship, of partnership. And I hope you keep it close to you and remember that as our bond. I kind of go ahead and raise my glass. Liarun.
Liarun?
Liarun.
Take my drink and I sit back down by the fireplace.
Well said, Crom.
Thank you. You have a good night. I'm just gonna stare into the fire now.
It's a new Norman that broke me. Oh no.
Yeah.
Too real.
All right.
The genies.
Y'all finish up your drinks and anything else before you take a long rest?
I'm good.
Cool.
I'm
You
gonna
guys,
check all my belongings once more, make sure everything is.
you still have all of your possessions. Everything is still there. So you all finish up your drinks and take a long rest. And that's where we'll leave it tonight.
Cool.
I like it.
Look at me. I made a whole session with no combat in it.
So proud of you.
None that we could see.
Well, that dude, I wasn't sure what was going to happen with that, the thiefy guy, Greg.
Thiefy guy.
Beefy.
foot.
Feet.
Or as Don called him, the cloak bloke.
I still think it's good.
It's really good.
Thank you. Anyway, friends, thank you very much for watching tonight. Thank you to all of the new people that have popped in. Night and Day with the Twitch Prime subs, Shadow with the resub, 420J with the follow, Combat Quail, and Evan with the resub, and Blue Box RPG with the raid. Thank you guys very much. If you're new here, make sure you follow us. You can find us again. We stream D&D currently 3 times a week. On Tuesday, Wednesday, and Sunday. Our schedule is on our website, notgreatrpg.com. We're going to be finishing up Princes of the Apocalypse soon, and I'll be taking over the 3rd slot, which will be on Fridays once my campaign is ready. Should be shortly. Yeah, so it's easy to catch up on all of our stuff. We have text recaps of all of our campaigns. We have everything on YouTube. It also gets turned into a podcast. So we're super accessible and easy to, find what you like and pick a show to watch or more if that's what you're into. We have deals with various tabletop companies that we have coupons for on our website as well, so go check those out. Notgreatrpg.com, which is in the chat. Thank you very much, DJ. We'll see you guys on Tuesday night at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Good night, friends.
Bye, friends.
Good boy.